That's right, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. That is a mighty Psycho promise. Yes, it's 20 to 4 Central Standard Time. It's been raining on and off today. We certainly needed it. Low 80s. It's actually going to get towards the back end of the week. It's going to be in the 70s for a high. That's going to be nice. Maybe we won't have to put the AC on so damn much. Maybe. We'll see. You know, it's kind of funny. You cannot exactly see, but to the right of me, that is my right, not your right, that we now have a couch. Ooh, I know you guys are like, so what? But it's been a while since we actually had furniture in this main room here. Yes, the main room as opposed to the ante room and the chamber. What do they call it? The holiest of holies, and then the Lost Ark, and never mind. We're not going to talk about that. I'd say probably what he says blue, I say teal. That's what I'm thinking. Jen's here already. Thank you, Jen. Always good to see you. I'm surprised you beat Mick. You beat AZ Mick to this. Usually this is his territory. I must have caught him off guard, and that's quite all right. But you know what? I mean, today our show is titled Show Number 777, Getting Lucky with Overnite Angels. We'll explain that little title. And you raced. Jen raced. Boy, you must be bored. I'm teasing. I love you. Yes. But yeah, so 777, Getting Lucky. I can't believe we have done 777 episodes of Psycho's Platters. That just happened to come into my consciousness this week. I'm like, holy crap. Now, I mean, and congrats, by the way, to Michael Nolan, who got his 1,000th. That is, you know, that's a big milestone. I eventually will get to 1,000 if Lord be willing. And you wanted to be the first that bad. Boy, do I... I'm repressing my comment on that. And she's like, you fucker. Anyway, what are you doing? My grandson is trying to sneak up the others. Come here, you. Your public awaits. Look who's here. Yeah. There's Sonic in 3D. All right, enough of that. Here, there's your... Oh, dang it. I'm trying to. There. Not sponsored by Sonic the Hedgehog. Or Ron Jeremy, which also, unfortunately, is a hedgehog. 777 is a hell of a lot. You betcha. Well, see, the thing is that we're doing cumulative, okay? 777 episodes in the whole channel. God, we've done live streams for about three and a half years now. So I don't know, but it is a lot. Yeah, I'm impressed. We all encourage that, yes. Hey, he missed my Nintendo shirt. Jen says that, Ethan, that you missed her Nintendo shirt she was wearing yesterday.
What?
Well, Jen just simply says she missed that she was wearing her Nintendo shirt yesterday. Because we talked about Sonic for 2 seconds, which is a Sega property. But he loves his Nintendo too. That's my buddy Mello, Apple Pit. Wow, here. No text warning. Actually, I did text you. I could have sworn I texted you seriously and said stream at 3:30, which I'm a little behind. I think it's a fact. I could be wrong. My phone's
Apple Pit.
Anyways, yes, Apple Pit. And Dino here. Dino's a good guy too. I'm all right. All right, go do. He was playing with Lincoln Logs. He's going to go do that. I wonder if that's what Abe called it to Mary. Hey, Barry, want to see the Lincoln Log? Anywho. I got somebody going, oh my God. Now, see, I can see him, unfortunately, in my head with only the stove the stovepipe hat. And he's just there, and he says, "Hey, you want to marry?" I cannot tell a lie. I know that's George Washington, so don't tell me. I cannot tell a lie. Do you want to see the Lincoln log? That's a little presidential perverted humor.
By Lincoln log, you mean the turd in your pants?
Oh my! My son attempted a singer, and we're not talking the ones from Dolly Madison because Dolly Madison don't exist. 5,000 videos, but very few streams. 5,000 videos, huh? How many other videos are on your other channel? Hey, Paul, Jen, thanks for the invite as usual. I'm up in New Hampshire for the weekend. Oh, yeah. He's up in New Hampshire, Nick, yes. Well, you have fun yourself, too. Does New Hampshire have maple syrup? Go get some maple syrup. And a lot of wood, because there's a lot of forests up in New Hampshire. See, you guys thought I was being dirty for a second. That's on you. Mello, Nick, Dino, everybody. Yes, hello. I did not get on. Shit. Maybe I could have. Maybe it's me. Did I? Now I gotta look. I guess you're right. We're all here somehow. Hang on a minute. You know my name. Look up the number. Ah, shit. You were right. I thought I texted you. My bad. Not to be confused with the Ruddles song, "You Clogged the Drain, Go Look Up the Plumber." That's a completely different one. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, bye. Chud said, nah, that'd be the Lincoln poop symbol. Ron Jeremy. What? You've hung out with Ron Jeremy a few times, Nick? We'll tell stories next time I'm on. Oh, and you know what? I'll tell you something truthfully, Nick. That hedgehog looks awful in Prison Orange.
What hedgehog?
The hedgehog that will not be named. Yeah, don't worry about it. Hi, Nick. You got 3,000 videos, Mello. Okay, you know what? Now I feel underwhelmed at myself. I'm sad now. I'm very sad. Hang on a minute. No, not that sad. Even this gentleman asked me, "Hey, when you coming on?" Well, I like it when people want to know when I'm showing up. Luminity, my brother. Isn't New Hampshire old by now? Yeah, you'd think by now New Hampshire would be old Hampshire. And then they could have a New Hampshire, you see. And then, oh, God, forget it. Hi, Jen. Hey, James. Hi, Lily. Hi, Lily. Hi, Lo. I'm off to work. Anyways, King James, bro. Yo, brother Dino. Yo. Fact. I appreciate you doesn't being here currently right now. I know it's kind of icky out today. And you know what? Always a good excuse to have. Always a good excuse to have a Psychos Platters. It does not matter. Just looked up the exact number, 5,065 videos. That's public anyway. Just let us know if you have an OF account, okay? That's what's important as well. Oh my God, even my kid picked up on that very fast. He's like me though. You guys have seen him once or twice. He's an almost 30-year-old version of this guy. I told him, I said, when you get to be my age, it's not virgin, jackass. Q-tips are in HB anyways. You see all these gray hairs, these kids and the grandkids and Walmart and 3 marriages did this to me, and probably bunches of the girlfriends, ex-girlfriends, whatever. Great performance on Rachel this morning. Well, thank you. Seriously, fact. And and I wasn't on very long because I wasn't planning on being very long. But as you can see, I was telling my people to be in the room here, and I'm like, I had to go up. I had to, because I figured after I witnessed half of the waxed, aka David audio excursion Texas thing, and I'm like, oh my, and I'm like, my turn to come up because I figured, what the hell? If I did, you betcha. Because nobody wants to see Psycho with an OF account. Unless you want to, like, ladies and gentlemen, my having an OF account would be the human equivalent to swallowing Icapac syrup. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Seb, haven't seen my Psycho thoughts on the new Nectar album. I have not had a chance to hear any of it. In fact, if there is anything on YouTube, at least as of last week, I have not heard anything. The new album, if you go to the tour, if you catch a tour date, it's at the merch booth. And I know Deco Entertainment is behind the CD running of it. There may be a vinyl coming soon. I have about 5,000. Apple Pits and Clown Fist and Apple Clown and Fist Pits. And I just learned the new Japanese word of the day. And okay, hang on a minute. Oh, God, here we go. The password is Bukkake. Yes, I know what Bukkake is. I'm not. Shut up. You don't need to be saying it. My 6-year-old guy, don't say it again. 6-year-old Chris. You know, I think I got too big of a mouth. Sometimes, though, it comes in handy. Anyways, shut up over there. She's like, go discuss it with your other, not me. You too. Why don't you get to that Lincoln log construction you're working on? He's giving me this. What? Is that? Have you changed your mind? Was that a dinosaur in your hand? No. Right. Trust me. He's not. He's just doing that. There's no other reason why. See, I was right to put mine up for adoption. This is why I just have Aaron. Wait a minute. What? See, I was right to put mine up for adoption. Laughing sign. This is why I just have errant whites instead of all white. I don't get what. Are you a clans person? I'm confused here. I'm confused. I don't. Thank you for saving me from lawnmower. You are welcome. Shenanigans. I haven't looked at the messenger, by the way. The offer still stands. You know what I'm talking about. David held his own. Yet he did. He did hold his own. And if that's the secret of being up there with the other one, you have to be able to hold your own. If you can't, don't go on panel. I wasn't out to do anything anyway. I was there to listen. But I figured, well, if you guys are going to go on those topics, here's my humble, centralized opinion. Before I forget and have to get going, I got to tell you, Ron is a narcoleptic. Insert your own Joe. My. So, he doesn't know when, like, people are magic markering his face with, I can't say it because the kid here. That'll teach the hedgehog. That'll teach him. Really? I pronounced I picked it up. Fuck, I can't even say it now. Boy, that was quick. What? What is that?
Lego.
It's a Lego. Oh, well, it was a Lego. It fell off now. Oh, look. He's assassinating me. Who to, Brute? Off with his head, says the Queen of Hearts. That's great. See what we teach the youth to do. I keep learning all kinds from other narcoleptics lately. To be a narcoleptic association. You guys should have meetings, but unfortunately, you guys would all be sleepwalking through them.
Yeah.
I know that was a horrible pun. I'm sorry. Maybe. I don't want to get no letters from the National Narcoleptic Society. I ain't in the mood for that. Because that letter itself just might be boring. Yay, to sleep. I told him what I meant. Oh, good. Thank you. Ha 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 ha. Oh my God, I'm crying. Yes. This is what it's going to be like when you come on here, guys. I am not like any other channel. Like my friend Shannon again, she says I'm one of a kind. You betcha, because God probably even regretted making me, or certainly wouldn't be twins. Could you imagine if there was another one that looked like me, except he was nice? See what I did there? I get arrested because like he's a serial killer or something, and I don't know. It's my brother, not me. Likely excuse. Get in the cell. Have a great weekend, Nick. That's it. My hair, Paul. Oops. Sorry. Next time I won't pull it so much. Oh, okay. Yeah, good. Go do your puff puff pass. Paul, what do you think about Randy Travis, and what is your favorite song by him? I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know a lot of Randy's stuff. I did catch him perform at a mega church in Barrington, Illinois, close to 20 years ago for the album called Three Crosses or something like that. I saw that tour, and I just remember I Love You Forever and Ever, Amen. There might have been another. What are you doing now? What is this? Oh, is there a light on him? It's a light.
Yeah.
There's a light.
It can go
over at the Frankenstein.
It's on your face.
Oh, okay.
It can go on me.
Hey, your brother Michael, my dude.
Ooh.
Hi, Apple Pits. Rock on, brother Nick. Do you remember when Ron Jeremy was on that reality show? Was he? Oh, God, that's right. Wasn't that Surreal Life? When those two were on this, I'm going to have to watch the reruns. I know YouTube's got some of that clip. What a kid. My buddy Mello says that my grandson is a cutie pie. What? Oh my God, honey ox? I don't get what you said. Explain. Whatever happened to Shanae? This is Shanae. She's that's her there. Because I let her know. I know Shanae. We miss Shanae. Sometimes I do. A fudge. No, that would be a Lincoln log. In Lincoln's outhouse. You know what? Yeah, that's it. The secret's been let out. Oasis is touring with Butt Cake. That's right. Maybe they could clean that out with a champagne supernova. James Farley, I'm here. Yes, James Farley is one of shenanigans. You know what? He does love his grandpa. I don't know why, but then again, we kind of cut from the same cloth, okay? He is as goofy as his dad, who is as goofy as his dad. Got that in the scorecard? Okay. I'm my own grandpa. For your information, somebody remade I Was Made for Loving You by Kiss. Ew. Why would anybody remake it? They all just said in the kitchen in unison because it's a great song. Can you hear that? Now they're singing. I lost half my audience in 5 minutes. How the fuck did that happen? Tammy Faye and Ron were actually roommates on that show. Uh-oh. They were roommates? Wait a minute. I thought Tammy Faye had a thing for Flavor Flav. I could have sworn I thought, do you think she was like in a threesome? It was her and Flavor Flav and Ron Jeremy? Oh, I don't want to see any of that footage, I'll tell you that. Honey ox are wild and crazy children. Well, Steve Martin was one when he was a kid, and then he grew up to be a wild and crazy guy. What is your least favorite band from the 90s? Well, shit, I don't know all the bands of the 90s. Probably Instinct, Backdoor Boys, 98 Degrees, Aaron Carter, all that stuff. Oh, God. Oasis comes back and the shit show is already up and running. I still say, oh, I bet you. You know, it's going to be sometime in that tour if it's not the first show. Michael, I got to tell you, I've been seeing a lot of memes on my Facebook lately. And they all start with, "This is the reunion we're getting," which is a picture of the Gallagher brothers. "This is the reunion we wanted." And like one of them was the Kinks, and I'm like, yep, I would have rather wanted the Kinks, the Davies brothers, to reunite with Pete Crave. That was how it was supposed to be. And so was, oh God, oh no, was Flavor Flav with Bridget Nelson. Why am I thinking that he was with? Oh my, there's a square I don't want to see. So Tammy Faye Baker, Ron Jeremy, Flavor Flav, and Bridget Nelson. Sly Stallone's ex. Imagine all of them in a square. That's disturbing. Hi, LJ's Farley. Hello. I'll take off my John Deere hat for this. As you should. What is your favorite Friday the 13th? The first one. Seriously. I love the first Friday the 13th movie, OG, and I love the first Halloween OG. I like the first Hellraiser OG. All that stuff, you know, the first ones. Because after that, they dilute the formula. I'm sorry, old and new, because I think they should have the Gallagher brothers meet in the UFC octagon. That would be quite interesting. Maybe they could be additional attraction to the Mike Tyson-Logan Paul fight. Shannon found I found a 9-inch nail. Shannon, are you sure it's a nail? Now, I'm so bad. I'm really bad. You know, stop. You've already said way too many disturbing names. Yeah, maybe so. And James, I have heard a little bit of it, and I probably am going to pull the trigger on it. I think Talk Shop Live still has signed copies in case you haven't gotten that yet, or you want a John Anderson autograph, which of course is going to probably look like that scribble that he signed the post. Oh boy, yeah. Anyways, there's the link. What is your favorite Johnny Cash song? That's a good question. Well, I'm sorry. I know this is probably very pedestrian. I love Hurt, and it's not, of course, Johnny Cash didn't write it. Trent Reznor did. But I like what he did with it. Okay. And as far as for, let's say, old Sun material, of course, I always liked Walk the Line, Folsom Prison Blues, Hey Porter. There are certain songs I don't like. Jackson annoys me for some reason. I never liked Jackson. Boy Named Sue was funny the first time or two I heard it, and then it got old for me. But I would probably rather go with his Sun material than anything else. I can't make up my mind, go see Oasis or have my teeth drilled. Decisions. Well, you know what? Maybe you could go see Oasis for 20 minutes and then go get your teeth drilled, or the other way around, which would be more beneficial because the Novocaine would still be there and you wouldn't maybe remember some of it. And I'd go dental and then like 20 minutes of Oasis. 9-inch nails represent the day. Okay, hold on a minute. I don't recall. Did they really say in the Bible that they used 9-inch nails? Or are we just kind of like making things into, I don't know. I'm no Bible expert, trust me. Hey, I know from my nuts and bolts this is a nail. Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was some hardware talk. I love John's new album much better than the last 5 Oasis. And you know what? You might be right on that. Such quality TV you're gonna get here. I mentioned when he turns stop a second. When he turns 7, which will be in March, my buddy Kevin, who's runs the wrestling thing here, I don't mind him so much. I just bring him in and out. That didn't sound right. Anyways, so I said, because there's a children's wrestling academy, but you have to be 7 years old. And I said, because the first lesson is free, and then you can figure out whether you want to do it or not, you see. So when he turns 7, I'm going to take him to the wrestling academy so that we can make a future star out of this kid. Future star. He'd have to come up with a very good finishing move. I'm not sure what his finishing move should be. The cheapest seats are $455. Shit. Isn't that UK, I think? I don't know. What's your favorite John Lennon song? Man, oh man, you're asking me some good ones, aren't you? That's tough. What's going on? Is everything all right?
Yeah.
All right. Just as long as everything's okay. Anyways, I like a whole bunch. I don't know if I could say that. I mean, for the last few weeks, I guess it's still Nobody Told Me, which I love that one. But I'd say probably after that, Mind Games. I love that title track. I just always have. Yeah, that was priceless. That's because nobody would pay for that. Now that Oasis sales are up, they don't have to tour now. And you know what? I've seen bands do that. Never work with animals or kids, Paul. Yeah, yes, WC Fields. Children should be seen, not heard. I wonder if him and Mae West ever really, when the cameras weren't rolling. Oh, you're going to go that way. See, I wasn't going Beatle period. If we were going to go Beatle period, then yeah, I Am the Walrus would be in like my top 5. I don't have any other order. But you know what I always loved? If we're going to play that game, I always loved Across the Universe. Oh my God, that's probably one of my favorite John songs, other than I Am the Walrus. And yeah, good stuff. No, I don't have the John Anderson album yet. I've got what is your least favorite band from the 60s and why? God, there's so much during the 60s, though. I mean, God, I'm trying to think. Because, I mean, my favorite 60s stuff, of course, Beatles, Monkees, Who, most of the Moody Blue catalog, most of the Kinks, DC5, of course. I love all that stuff. God, that's tough. Yardbirds. I love Yardbirds. I don't know. I'll have to come back someday with an answer on least favorite band from the 60s. I know there's got to be. It's just, what is it? I have no clue. Anyways, so new sub. It's Ron Haggerty again. I don't know what happens with Ron. He keeps going in and out of subbing. And that's perfectly fine. Thank you. Seriously, Ron. Elias of Sun Hello album. I have heard that a long time back. I think I gave that to I think I gave that at one point. I gave some of my solo stuff to at that time would have been my future brother-in-law, because he really was a big Yes fan. Yeah, Instant Karma, like I said, is probably in my top 5, I would say, for sure, on that. Oh, boy. So, I'm trying to... Oh, your Wi-Fi is having issues, huh? You sound like you got my Wi-Fi. Be up soon. Backed. I don't know if we'll do 3 hours today, guys. maybe like at least 2. Hey, there you are. Good to see you too. You had a very busy last 7 to 10 days because of everybody visiting over there, Maz and all the other tour. I saw the birthday thing on Rachel's show, the video you did. I thought that was very good. Yes. Very, very good. What is your favorite? What is your least favorite McCartney album? Not a big fan of Wildlife, and Chaos and Creation in the Backyard and Driving Rain. Yeah. And probably Egypt Station. I went and re-listened to it again. Oh boy. I don't know. Whatever. Hey Dave. Are they doing Yes covers on the John A album? God, I don't know. I haven't looked at the track listing. Hey John, how are you? Hey Paul, slide in while have some dinner. Yum, what are we having for dinner today? How dare you? You don't like the one with my namesake. Huh? Yeah. Oh, is there a song that's got Jennifer on there? Well, I'm sorry. I just was never a big fan of Wildlife. I don't know. It had to be transitional. It had to down the line, right? I mean, the first album was good. Ram was good. Wildlife, what came off of there? I'm trying to think what came off of there. Because you went from that, at least in the U.S., you went from that to Mary Had a Little Lamb, which, I'd give Ireland back to the Irish. That was a stopgap 45, right? And then you had Live and Let Die, which great song. And then Red Rose, which I like some of that stuff. But, like I said, to me anyway, Band on the Run, one of the best Paul McCartney albums. Okay. Paul McCartney and Wings. I wish Wings would have stuck around a lot longer, in my opinion. Whether it was with the same musicians or we keep shifting, to have that collective. Obviously, if it probably wouldn't have been around after Linda's passing, but maybe it would have been. I don't know. And so, to me anyway, Band on the Run and Venus and Mars was like, probably his tops of the 70s, okay? Back to the Egg is like a second or third wind, if you will, followed by Tug of War. Those two I like. Pipes of Peace, not so much. And then I probably didn't really care for any really of the rest of the 80s output till you get to Flowers in the Dirt. And then probably after that, be Flaming Pie in 97, although I did like Run Devil Run, and they still could do a second volume with new people, obviously, because some have passed away, I think, already. That's right. Yeah, Donovan's song Jennifer Juniper. And well, sorry, I haven't looked at it lately. I just remember it when I didn't really care for it when it came out. That's all there is to it. Sorry, Jenny Wren, huh? Woohoo! Hi, David. Yeah, see, everyone loves David. Everyone loves Double D, especially Double B. And for Double P here, is it wrong to be able to manly love a man like a good friend? Because that's what Double D is to me. A very cool friend. Yes. What's your favorite comedy movie from the 80s? Oh, boy. Dino, you're coming up with a lot of good questions today. Unfortunately, my noggin here does not exactly want to work. When the hell does it ever do, right? God, I don't know. I really don't know. To be honest with you, I like. Sorry. I like Eddie Murphy's Delirious. was let's see, was the Richard Pryor Sunset Strip movie like in 80? That might have counted. I like well, I don't know. I like a lot of, former SNL stuff. Blues Brothers, I love that one, with Belushi and Aykroyd. Neighbors is a strange movie. I finally watched it for the first time since 1982, 81, 82. I can't remember. I mean, it's okay. I think I warmed up to it a little bit more than when I first watched it, but not by much. I think it was neat that the intentional of switching the personality characters, because of course they wanted Belushi to be the crazy one and Aykroyd to be the quiet one. And they were like, no, we want to do it this way. So it was intentional. And I'm glad they did that, just to prove that, good or bad, that they could do those characters. And Rebecca De Mornay. Enough said. Yes, that's right. The album should never have left Egypt. Should have been stuck in the Sphinx there. Yes, finally someone calling out chaos and create. I just think it is. That's all there is to it. And like I said, I'm not a big fan of Driving Rain either. Could I safely say that there's at least 1 to 2 good songs on every McCartney album? Yes. Okay, I can. Whole albums? No. There hasn't been. Like I said, the closest, at least in this idiot's opinion, Flaming Pie was close. I would say truthfully, I don't even know. Okay, no, I'm not playing that game because I can't think straight right now. Yeah, okay. See, you found 3. See, that's 1 more than me. See, you're being a little more positive than I was, Michael, and that's good. Wings at the Speed of Sound. Here's what I think about it, okay? It was a novel idea to let everyone take a turn. You have missed her. You have not seen her in ages. You maybe didn't ask for it, but you are getting it. Wish I. And here we are. Yes,
Whoops.
it's cloudy out there. Ooh, what's
Look, I don't like you sneaking up on my ass like that. That is just some bull crap right there. Here I am smoking, setting a bad example for all the kids, especially that little Hanyok you got there.
He's playing with
Wait,
Legos and Lincoln Logs.
David, my UK beautiful person. I said I'd take my John Deere hat off for this. I only take my John Deere hat off for 2 things, and one of them's lawn mowing. So here you go. Ready? Ooh.
That is because Double D is an English rock god. That's why.
Yep. Anyway, I love the title.
Mm-hmm.
It's great, 777, because I'm all about 666 or 6969.
God, it's been a long time since that last one you said. Anyways, but so part of it, I was going to be funny. There really was but I couldn't find the damn album. I have an album called Getting Lucky, and it's not the Loverboy one where he's got the cry. I have that one, but that's not the one I was thinking of. So since you're up here, I'll make the quick explanation. So
you ain't got to explain.
Oh no, I'm going to anyway because this is what I do. So thing is that since I can't find that signed album, I'm going to show you a different one from Head East, because that was the 1978 album Getting Lucky, which is the band in front of the bookie, and they're making bets.
Yes.
So Head East, great band in the 70s. This one here, it was signed by the current lineup with Roger Boyd, and then in the gatefold, you get some of the other classic era members that signed the gatefold. Now, Double D may appreciate this next one. He probably already maybe has figured it out already.
Oh, I just now got who Double D was. I thought she was talking about me in a roundabout way. No.
Wichita lineman. Yeah, even though
Love
it's
that.
Jimmy Webb, I love his version of Wichita lineman. And I always liked Rhinestone Cowboy too. I'll always will. So this next one here, it wasn't released in the United States. I managed to pick up the UK press because that's all it ever was released in.
Wow.
Mike says, "Oh, great! Now we'll get a drooling Dave. Thanks a lot, Shenanigan." So this one here, released in 1977. Ian Hunter's Overnight Angels. That's right. This album never came out in the United States.
I had that one. Ooh, spread eagled. That ooh.
And the reason why Double D's going to like this, because of course, Mr. Earl Slick on guitar. That's right. He's all over this thing. He ends up touring for the tour for this. And then you have Peter Oxendale, who was formerly a keyboardist for the Sparks. And he also was a musical director, if I remember correctly, for Chris de Burgh. Lady in Red, Don't Pay the Ferryman, that kind of stuff. And so, yeah.
I am so glad. I'm so glad that I caught you because I wanted to ask you. I don't know why they stick in my head, but I saw them. Oh, you bastard. I heard them last night on the soundtrack of a movie, The Darkness.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any background on them? I know nothing about them, but I just adore every time I hear that song. Yeah. It's like, wow, takes me back to being a teenager, you know?
Well, here's the thing. That's funny that you bring up The Darkness because I'm hoping, knock on wood, I'm hoping down the line in the future, we will have my David's friend, Ed Graham, who was the drummer of The Darkness on the first 3 LPs. And we hope to maybe down the line have Ed as a guest on the Psycho Platter Network. I hope so.
I love that Psycho's Platter Network.
The Psycho's Platters Network. That's right.
You're building a local following with, you know, me and word of mouth.
Well, thank you. You know what? Speaking of that, see, that's what I'm talking about. I love The Darkness too. And
I knew Double D was friends with him. I knew it.
Well, yeah, because he brought it up several different times. But the videos that he has done for Peaceful Cacophony, some of the ones that the videos were done were Ed's work. So you can actually appreciate some of Ed's videography. Am I saying that right? Work on that. Hey, Groovy, why don't you come on up?
Hi, Groovy Lisa.
Ed, see, I didn't know Ed plays on your single too. God, I am so far behind on everything on that.
I have a single. I wrote the song, but I did not sing it. And we are members of ASCAP, or I was. I still am, but we're not, you know,
is it the song I'm thinking of?
It's Eternity by Oblivion.
Right. Yes.
It's a stupid name for a band. The definition of oblivion is the act of being totally and utterly forgotten. That's the way to get famous right there. Right there. But I did write the song, so I get like a dime from the 1 or 2 jukeboxes that it's on every year.
At least let's see. So, yeah, your song at least got to the jukeboxes. I actually helped co-write a song, one song that got released on the infamous Devin Michaels project. The CD is out there. One of these days, I'll put it in my channel or Psycho Platter channel. The video. There is a video. It's just a track with the cover. And Devin Michaels is a enigma. Devin has been around since the 80s. He has flitted in and out of hair metal bands. There's some that you would have heard of. Faster Pussycat, LA Guns. Between CC DeVille and Richie Cousin, he was Devin Michaels was the guitarist of Poison for 2 weeks. I mean, he's got enough. Mr. Holt, why is Mr. Holt foaming at the mouth? Quick, veterinarian attention.
He's licking frogs.
I am not surprised about that. I suppose him and Beavis and Butter are all licking frogs together.
They secrete this hormone or whatever stuff that when the dogs lick them, they trip balls. So
I think humans can do that too, depending on what the hell it is.
What, lick balls?
Oh my God, no. I didn't see that one coming. And neither did she. I was talking about the toads.
Oh,
David
yeah.
says, Paul, it's me, Ed. Glenn Matlock, too, on the Venus React. I got to get that single. And Glenn Matlock, in case you don't know, Shani is a member of the Sex Pistols. He was the one
I did know that.
Sid Vicious. And and we're not talking the wrestler Sid Vicious, because boy, his power bombs were killer.
Every time I wanted to say the CD of the DVM
from the DV and the DM and the BM and the.
But you know how much I have moved around in the past couple years, and I love my drink or did. All right, so I'm over it. But I was at somebody's house where I had stayed for a little bit, and I found 2 things that I had been missing, didn't know. I found my red vinyl Sammy Hagar. I can't drive 55, 45, but I can drive .08.
Oh my, that should have been the flip side of that song, yes.
And then I found the Meatloaf Bat Out of Hell picture disc, 33 1/3.
Oh my, that's been on my want list for a while, to be honest with you.
I know, and I begged for it back, but nah, I'm not switching hillbilly things for city things.
Oh my.
Yeah, he's like a city guy, and I did leave it at his place, and it's like, no, we're not going to discuss that at all.
Right.
CCR album.
Because something tells me that for you to be able to get that picture disc back from him, somehow I think Paradise by the Dashboard Light's going to be involved in that somehow in the transaction.
Not with me. No, please. You should know, with my herbal witchy background, I'll poison the dick first.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Take it when he's passed out. Yeah, you know it.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Not so quality Meatloaf puns. That's right. What is your favorite CCR album? Oh,
yeah,
God.
Answer that.
Probably either Willie and the Poor Boys or Cosmo's Factory. Yeah. I will tell you what the shittiest CCR album, though, is, which will be a future episode of Jukebox from Hell. That will be Mardi Gras. That's right.
I knew it. I knew you. That's what you was going to say. And I didn't want to get one of those jinx. Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Michael says, or a poke. Michael says, LOL. So I guess my band Never Gonna Be Famous doesn't have a chance. Damn. Missed it by that much.
Yeah, if we get
frogs excrete belladonna.
Who's she?
Stevie Nicks would like that.
I was wondering who she was.
There's worse things. He could be like, oh my.
Mr. Holt, don't lick that.
That's a skunk. He confused a toad for a skunk.
Toad.
Wrong sack to lick, Mr. Toad. Wrong sack.
Yep. Asleep at the Wheel. Let me bring them up for a minute. They were pretty popular around Austin. Mm-hmm. And being good friends with the owners of the Broken Spoke, we got heads up on a lot of people that were coming to town. So Broken Spoke, and I'm pretty sure, I'm sorry, asleep at the wheel. Most of them are Texans. But when I told them the legend of horny toad licking, they didn't believe me. So I had to go out and find some horny toads just to let asleep at the wheel lick them. So when their show came to the Broken Spoke, it was like 2 weeks later, I brought the frogs, and they are horny toads. Well, I can't say they are horny toads, but they are horny toads.
So was it a box of frogs? Just asking.
No, it was a sack.
Oh, okay.
What's the difference, a box or a sack?
Different band.
What the fuck, dude? Why do you got to semantics? Box,
What?
sack.
I'm just because there was a band from the 80s called Box of Frogs.
God, I'm glad I missed that one.
It was most of the Yardbirds. Yeah.
Every time you say Yardbirds, the only thing I think of, Yardbirds and tree monkeys.
Oh my.
Tree monkeys or squirrels. Ooh,
Okay,
say
good.
that.
What a relief that is.
Anyway, look, my hair has gone gray.
We're all getting gray. We all got a touch of gray. But guess what? We will survive and we will get by.
I will survive.
Nope. What is my favorite? Probably Anarchy in the UK. Maybe Pretty Vacant also would be a nice one. We played the Hole in the Wall in Austin.
I know where that's at.
The show was sponsored by Jägermeister. That was a mistake. Was that with The Cure, David? Yeah, I could see that. That's right. You betcha.
Trust me, he does. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
You keep it up, and I'm going to have to drive over there and kick your ass.
Promises.
Oh, okay. So I sent you the pictures of the albums on my wall.
Yes, she's got albums on her wall, ladies and gentlemen.
What did you think of that? The Al Jolson and the Louis Armstrong. I mean, that's
Talk about two ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, from that to Motley Crue and Slayer. I was wearing a Slayer t-shirt while I was mowing.
Yeah.
And like 2 people stopped while I was in the front yard and said, "Ah!" like that. And I'm like, what the? Is it John Deere? Is it Slayer? Which
you better
one are
not. I'm just giving you a hint right now, a helpful hint. You better not rain when the apocalypse happens, because you better not mow when the apocalypse happens because there's a good chance it might rain in blood.
I know. Have you seen that movie? Oh my God.
I fucked up that line, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry.
Rapture Palooza.
Oh dear God. So there's no raptor dinosaurs involved in this. It literally is, or is it Blondie? Is it every band on stage has to do a cover of Blondie's Rapture? Fab Five Freddy and it.
Okay, so in the movie Rapture Palooza, there are some things that bringing up my Slayer. There are some things that are not written in the Bible. Hey,
shut up, Mr. Holt. Piece of crap.
That are not in it, like the foul-mouthed crows. So the crows just fly over you and say, "Fuck you, you asshole," and they harass you.
Chiate El Holto.
Hey,
hello,
sweetheart.
Melody.
My brother Paul.
Yes.
Hail to the chat.
Paul, I only did recording and rehearsals with The Cure. I was standing in, but never got to play a show, unfortunately. So now I'm going to be the idiot, though. Whose band were you in when you played Hole in the Wall? That's what I was getting at. Chronicles a really good one. That's got all the biggies. Cosmo and Green River. I forgot about Green River. Green River.
I like CCR's version.
There's a bathroom on the right.
Right.
That's always the way I'm going to sing it. I don't care.
Exactly. Excuse me while I kiss this guy.
Yeah. Although I'll tell you, what was it? There was on the Long Song Show in
Be
Chicago.
right back.
Okay, hon. The Long Song Show. I remember playing the full, oh my God, what was it, like a 16, 17-minute CCR doing Susie Q.
Wow.
It almost starts getting hypnotic. What
See
are
that.
you doing over there? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Holt has now been permanently silenced. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't know if he's been permanently silenced.
King.
Okay. David says Glenn Matlock and the Philistines. Thank you. That had to be pretty cool, though. Like I said, she's from the Austin area for a while. She'd know all that stuff.
My brother.
Yes. So yeah.
I didn't get to play that song I said I was going to do last time when you said a song and I said I was going to do it because it was stuck in my head. Last time I was on, I didn't even get to do it.
What was it? Sorry. What was it?
I'll play it later.
Okay. But yeah, 777.
See if you recognize it. If I do a good job.
Yes. Hopefully she'll be back. I'm assuming she had to go deal with Mr. Holt. Mr. Holt's a pain in the ass yap dog.
I like Mr. Hand from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh God, yeah. Mr. Hand, isn't it like our time?
Yeah.
Sure, Spicoli. Everybody take a slice of pizza.
One of the greatest scenes in a comedy, honestly.
I'm telling you. He
So
was
great.
I liked it in My Favorite Martian, but that was his crown of glory right there, was that movie.
It really is. He even said, after he played Mr. Hand, forever he's known as Mr. Hand. That's very rare. It's like, kind of only a few people got to break out from their role. Like, you couldn't think William Shatner could break away from Captain Kirk, but he sure did. Couldn't think Henry Winkler could break out from Fonzie, but he sure did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, there's guys that can transcend. Other people can't. Like Willis from Different Strokes. He never got over it. You know what I mean?
I have a little bit of a Willis story, actually. So
about Willis.
Yeah, exactly. So damn it. What the hell is it? Todd Bridges, right? Right? Todd Bridges was Willis.
Todd Bridges, yep, that's it.
Yeah. Which, of course, he originally got one of his early starts was on the show Fish. That's right, with Abe Vigoda as one of the kids. But that's
he was on a lot of shows as a child, though. He was on, I think, even I wanted to say, like, didn't the Brady Bunch have like an episode where they had a family adopting like a black kid, a white kid, and an Oriental?
I know what you're talking about. Wasn't that Ken Berry was the dad?
Yes. That might have been.
They were going to try to do a backdoor pilot, and it didn't work.
Right, exactly. I'm not sure. I'm not saying, but I know Todd Bridges goes back, far as a child actor.
That's right. Matthew Broderick will always be Ferris Bueller.
The worst thing he ever did was The Music Man. When he redid The Music Man.
Oh, God.
It was like Johnny Depp trying to do Willy Wonka. It just
liked Election. That was good. If you've never seen the movie Election, I hope I'm getting that right. Hey, Darren.
Brother Darren.
Yes. All right, you take care. Thanks for coming on in, John.
Awesome. Brother Dark.
So Todd Bridges, though. All right. So I know this was around the same time frame, so I think this is kind of funny in a way. So I think I've brought up before about how Danny Bonaducci, of course, for a few years was a disc jockey at 1000 WLUP. Well, around that time frame, the competing station had this guy named Mancow, which of course Mancow in the morning. Yes. So,
Howard used to roast Mancow a lot back then.
Yes. So I never got to meet Mancow, but I was friends with a girl named Cherie who used to date, oh my God, one of the guys in the inner circle for the show. And she ended up on his box of Sharpie CD. She's the one that plays the 900 voice. And she was real good at it too. And she also happened to have she got a son squired by her through Phil Black, the singer of LA Guns.
Get out of here, really?
Phil Black, Paul Black, but that's, yeah.
No, it's Phil
Yes.
Lewis. Phil
No,
Lewis.
the other guy.
Because I know Phil Lewis.
Not Phil Lewis. That came from Girl. The other guy, though, that was in there. So there was two singers they always had. And so, yeah. So, yeah. So her
Wow. What a,
ex whatever is.
well, as the world turns, right? You know?
Yeah. And she also was one of the last people to see Chris Farley alive because she worked in a bar at the bottom of the Hancock Center because he lived up on, I don't remember what floor it was. And she said she met him like, I think it was 40.
You know this girl?
Me and her went to Columbia College together in downtown Chicago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing in college who you meet in college, what some people go on to be.
Right. I got, if I still have this on the reel to reel that I think I do, because I need to get it transferred. I did a commercial.
Reel to reel what? I mean, audio reel to reel?
Yeah, I have an audio reel to reel of some of my bits from the production class. She was in it too. And she helped me because I constructed a quick ad for Krusty the Clown condoms. Okay. She was the 900 voice, and I said, I only want you to do one.
Now, be honest, Paul. Did you have a history with this girl? Or you don't want to say? I don't.
No, hold on a minute. I wouldn't have minded.
Oh, okay.
But A, I was married. B, there was a little more behind the scenes that I knew about that I'm like, you're one of my besties. I love you. But it's not, in my mind, I'm like, it ain't going any farther than this.
Talk to her?
No, unfortunately, I lost touch with her probably about 2001, 2002.
Maybe this video will get out enough to see it.
She probably forgot. But anyways, though, so the thing is that I gave her one line for the commercial. I said, you do this in the best 900 voice you've got. All I want you to say is it feels like I'm doing it with Krusty. And the way she did it, because nobody in the class heard it until they were played for everybody. So I'm just sitting here like I always did. I had my arms folded, and I just had my I know I was kind of weird. I had my sunglasses, and I've got my thing like my head hung like Johnny Fever. And as the tape's being played, I just remember because I'm like, hey kids. Here's Krusty the Clown condoms. Hey, take it from a real person. And she cuts in and goes, oh, feels like like 900. Feels like I did it with Krusty. and then the tape ends.
If you want your condoms Krusty too.
Anyway, so the tape ends, and all the people in the production. I didn't look because I knew what the answer was going to be, but I just sat there and everybody else is looking at my teacher. They used to do this all the time with my spots, especially. And his name was Mr. K. I remember this. And Mr. K goes, A, and I'm like, thanks, Mr. K. And the rest of the kids are like, son of a, and I'm older than most of the kids. Like by a decade or more, and they're like, damn it, he always gets it. I'm like, it's my ADD brain.
Yeah.
And so but the man count bit,
it's funny, Howard Stern, he used to make fun of all these guys, Imus and Mancow, Phil Labella, and they all turned out to be right, and Howard wound up being wrong. It's like you back the right horse at the right time. You feel like you're backing, and he seemed to be like the guy who was like, F the FCC and all this kind of stuff. God bless you, Beatles.
I like that title name, Meet the Beatles. That's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, lucky you, Steve.
Oh, so hold on, I gotta say it like that. Hang on a second, though.
Go ahead, tell them how they're going to do it, Steve.
I just got back from White Castle with a couple of cheeseburgers, about to throw on this new Doors UHQR release, and that's the bottom line. Break on through to the Otter Slide.
And that's because Stone Cold says so.
You're damn right, Howard. White Castle and the Doors sounds like a good time. It does. Get some Manischewitz or some Ripple. And, or some Purple Passion. Oh my God, Everclear. Oh my God, you'd be in that.
Yeah.
Break out.
I got a story about, honestly, I got a story about White Castle that is like beyond hysterical.
I think you guys, Paul and Mello, brought this up before, but do you guys remember, do you believe in magic? A Saturday morning cartoon. Now, I found this out. I said this wrong.
I don't remember Rick Springfield doing that.
It's called Mission Magic, and it was on ABC. I barely remember that. Michael Nolan, you clearly know what the bottom line is, and that's saying something because Stone Cold said so. I love Stone Cold.
You heard it first from the man himself.
I miss him. And I forgot to do this part.
Yeah, right.
I don't have any beers for people to chuck at me. That's okay. Mission Magic. Yeah, so I already said that. But anyways, you know what? Control the floor for a minute or two. I'm going to go get some more coffee.
Oh, boy. Maybe I can do my song. Let's do a little something. See how it sounds out there. See if you know this song, Paul. Did you see any action? Did you make any friends? Would you
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love those.
and I do.
You did damn excellent.
Awesome, man. Thank you. I love that song. It was stuck in my head since you mentioned it.
I'm telling you, your vocal performance was not flat as a pancake, and thank you for that.
Oh, God bless you. Not an easy song to sing, though. I'll tell you, it's pretty, up there.
I wish I could have.
It's
Yeah.
incredible. And
Oh,
there's
God.
a singer in that song. I can't tell if there is an absolutely like a man, woman, like conversing back and forth, because that second part sounds almost like a female singing. Oh, God
Yeah.
bless you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, see, that's the whole line. Brian's brother Brian's brother. Yes. Okay.
You guys are so incredible. Thank you, Darren. God bless you. Thank you, Astro.
I'm telling you.
This is the chat fam. That's why I say fam as in family. It really is. It's so family like. I have so much love for, they're in my prayers now. Really, the chat is in my prayers. I every night I say to my family and friends. Then I would say the women in my life, like anybody that's like I've ever been involved with, I get a special prayer for them. And then my YouTube family and friends.
I'll tell you later what this was about. Anyways, yes, I mean that's the thing here. It says I haven't seen Mello play in a while.
Oh, that's awesome. As a matter of fact, tonight my brother just called me right before the show. They're playing a show in Seaside, and they said you should come and do some songs. So if I go out there, I might live stream from out in Seaside tonight.
So where in Jersey? So Seaside is where in New Jersey?
Where they did, where you've seen the show Jersey Shore?
Yes.
Right where they filmed that Jersey Shore, Seaside Boardwalk.
All right,
right,
guys, you heard it first.
In the middle of central New Jersey.
You heard it here, guys. Potential Mellow D.
LA Woman. I can play LA Woman. I've played that before. I've done a lot of
Woman in the afternoon.
That's how the name Human Jukebox came to me. People were saying that to me. They're like, "Man, you're a human jukebox." I said, "That's a great name. I'm going to take that."
I'll tell you. Oh man.
That's why I could go on for like literally hours and play and not repeat a song. I mean, like I could go days without repeating a song. I could have like 6-10 different set lists, and every one will be like 30-40 songs, and each one will be a different set list. That's why the bartenders love me.
See, that's pretty cool. Yeah, not a lot of people could do that,
Oh, and I shift songs right on the dime too. Like it depends on. I play the crowd so well because if I see a bunch of silver hair people out there, I'm gonna start doing Bobby Darin. If I see some black people out there, I'm gonna start doing some Spinners and Stevie Wonder. If I start seeing, a lot of females, I'm gonna start doing, Rick Springfield and Go-Go's and stuff, If I see some leather jackets and long hair, I'm doing Metallica and like whatever it is, and that'll change in the night. That's what's great about it.
Darren wants, he's asking if it's okay, can you do Beautiful Boy or God or any Lennon tune?
I could. I mean, I've done Beautiful Boy. I've never played God, but I've done Beautiful Boy, but it's such a long time.
Before I played bass for I tried to play bass for a month or two, Astro, but that didn't go over very well. That was in the 80s.
Before you go to sleep, say a little prayer. Every day, in every way, it's getting better and better. Beautiful, 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 beautiful boy. Beautiful, 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 beautiful boy. So you cross the street, take my hand. Lifeless what happens to you while you're busy making making other plans. Beautiful, 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 beautiful boy. Darling, 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 Sean.
I love you, son.
Yay! Yay!
I just pulled that out of my,
You know what? I'll tell you something. That is a very endearing song. And once in a blue moon, Walmart radio will actually play that song. And that, I'm like, huh? I'm like, okay,
Well,
whatever.
it's funny.
Thanks to our local DJ who got big ups.
It's amazing. Like, I just know the chords in my head, and I recognize chords so well that when I hear the chord, I can play the song. The pattern starts just coming to me, and I'll mess it up first, and then all of a sudden it starts fine tuning into place.
Very, very nice. I'm telling you. Yes.
I just a little anecdote. A friend that I was, well, it was my place, but Jimmy, he had never heard my ding-a-ling, and he's my age, maybe like 2 years younger, but he had never heard it. So I played the whole 11 minutes and 19 seconds, him doing it live. And the boy was turning red.
Yes.
And it was right after the tornado. We still had Wi-Fi and everything, but
Yeah.
I just couldn't imagine that somebody at that age had not heard it. And it's like some of the stuff that you bring up and your friends, our viewers,
Hey, I hope
they
so.
just have so much good stuff that some people have never heard of. I nearly died when I heard Kiss on the Fall Guy soundtrack. I was made for. It was awesome, remake, but
Being on the Vision Quest soundtrack, like that Vision Quest soundtrack,
Yes.
all like 80s music, and then all of a sudden, out of left field, Dio, Hungry for
Yes.
Heaven, is there, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
right, yeah, out of nowhere here. Oh my gosh, I got
saw Dio
goosebumps.
at Spectrum.
I got goosebumps in
1985.
places I didn't know I could get them.
Philadelphia Spectrum, and that actually got made into a video, A Night at the Spectrum.
Damn.
For Ronnie James Dio. He was incredible. I love the song. Which one?
I'm trying to find a place to put this. It's up my ass, I know it.
The faces of the things you want to be. Only we can be. Traces, the killing of penetrate your mind. Sail on, sing a song, carry on. We rock. We rock. I forgot the word. That's
Damn, dude, are you married?
What?
I can hook my mom. Jeez.
Say that again.
I was just asking if you were married. There's a couple of Arkies.
Oh, I've been single for 2 years.
Well, there's some Arkies up here who would probably enjoy your company.
Yeah.
Go out to Arky.
Some of them may or may not have criminal records. It might be felons.
Is she talking about Arkham Asylum, Paul?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah, I used to come on this show from Beaver Shores.
Oh, I'm on Apple Pits and Clown Fist. I have 2 channels.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
And to sell things 16mm Kingdom on eBay.
And yeah, my eBay 16mm Kingdom. That's right. I've got a lot of stuff. I've got over 160 items up there now, and I'm just posting a lot of posters and all kinds of records and ticket stubs and rock and roll memorabilia. A lot of film. That's what 16mm stands for. I have a lot of over 20,000 reels of film. So
yeah, those commercials you showed the other day still get people talking.
They're so incredible. Hey, we could do them anytime. I'll make a whole reel of commercials that we could play and stuff.
There you go.
It's so fun. Oh my God.
I was wearing a Slayer t-shirt at Walmart today.
Oh, and, good for you.
Yeah, I had a couple dudes, you know, they're like, Slayer, love that t-shirt, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it's 2013. I was there, you know. And I've been to so many. Calvin.
I've seen Slayer. I've seen Slayer 4 times.
Slayer, Motley Crue, Rat, Calvin Ross Band. I mean, Leonard Skinner.
Good thing about New Jersey is that we get all the bands come through here. I mean, Madison Square Garden is only an hour and change away. So I saw.
I'm too old to be a groupie anymore. Too old to be a groupie.
It was Anthrax with Public Enemy, Megadeth, Slayer, and Alice in Chains. That was a phenomenal show, I'll tell you. 1990, I think it was 90, and that was Alice in Chains' first tour. So the first song they come out with was "And We Die Young," just like blazing. Jerry Cantrell's hair is like going up, down. So phenomenal, man, phenomenal. Never forget it. First time anybody's seen Alice in Chains.
There are so many that I can't remember because I was, 16.
Oh yeah. How many shows did we go to? It's not like that no more.
Christ.
We had so much fun. I feel bad for the generations of today. Like we really got to experience, anybody I mean, Michael would know, Michael Nolan, like anybody our age would understand, like anybody younger than 30 cannot understand. They can only imagine. Just like I can only imagine what it was like for the Beatles to arrive at JFK.
Don't bring up the Beatles.
I can only look at a film and say what it was like. But, I can tell you what it was like to experience VCRs for the first time. Or like cable TV, I had a phone that was a Pac-Man phone when I was 12.
I'm still experiencing VCR.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that I watched The Grapes of Wrath like last week on VCR tape.
Really? Wow. I have over 10,000
VHS my choice.
Trailer.
Wasn't my choice.
Wow. I'm selling a lot of VHS. I got Betamax too.
Beta. I remember that stuff.
And I got Laserdisc. I got RCA Selectavision.
Laser discs. Yeah.
I have 8mm, Super 8mm, 8-track.
I tried to play one of those laser discs on my turntable.
35mm film. I got even a couple 70mm.
How many of them are adult art house films?
I have some of those too. Yeah. I have a cartoon. I wish I could play. Oh well, it's actually on YouTube. They didn't censor it, but it's a very rare film, and it was made in the 1920s, the late 20s, when Walt Disney was just starting out, and Group Iwerks had a Christmas party for Walt Disney, and at this Christmas party, they made an X-rated cartoon called Ever Ready Hard On.
I thought I heard about this.
Yeah,
honestly.
I have this cartoon. It's on YouTube.
That's funny.
And I'll tell you what, it's X-rated. I mean, literally, they show graphic penetration, all kinds of stuff in this thing. But it's damn hysterical. Literally, in a cartoon form, it is one of the most hysterical animated things I've ever seen. I recommend, if you want to really get a belly out loud laugh, go look up Ever Ready Hard On. Walt Disney, 1920s cartoon. You'll laugh. Write it down, Paul, because I'll tell you what, you're gonna want to see it.
Homework.
Write it down. He better have lists on his phone.
It's honestly,
Wow.
and what they were able to like do, like honestly, I'm pretty amazed for something. So maybe it's 1930, 31. I mean, it's definitely the early before. It's when he was doing like Alice in Wonderland, the series, not the movie. Like when he had Little Alice, in Wonderland, where he had the live action going into the cartoon world and stuff like that. It was during that time when he had Ubag Works. I think it was just when Oswald the Rabbit was being made. It was definitely before Mickey Mouse.
Well, thank God nobody was getting paid $300 to force feed themselves spaghetti on a tarp naked. Thank God.
Yeah. You gotta remember, Pink Floyd The Wall.
I know what you're talking about there, Missy.
Pink Floyd The Wall showed groupies in their real deal in that movie. Back in the day, that's the way groupies were. They'd go up to the security guard. One would go literally like down on them while they're giving out the tickets to the rest of the friends.
Dirty
like
woman.
Yeah, that was real life, man. They did not pull punches with that, which is amazing. They would never show that today. They would never put that and be approved in a movie today.
I saw Poison.
Jen, you're right.
I saw Poison booed off the stage at the back room. And back in the day, the back room was the place you wanted to be in Austin. And I saw Poison booed off the stage because all of the posters, they looked like chicks. With the glam rock and stuff.
I swear to
So
God, when
they
I
all
first
get up there. They
Look
start
what the
playing.
Cat Dragged In. When I saw Look What the Cat Dragged In, I saw it in Rolling Stone magazine. It had. I thought it was women. I really did. I got a female band.
We did too.
Exactly.
For the video. Me and my friends,
did
not
too.
me, all my friends too. Like we were only 13, I think, or 14 at the time when they came out. We looked at them like they were women. We're like, I thought Motley Crue kind of looked, but you look at McMars. There's no mistaken. That's definitely a dude. But you look at Vince Neil, like you look at female.
That to me that was the heyday, and I just can't get over it. I'm always gonna be an '80s lady,
Oh, I'm an '80s product, man. I mean, I grew up
everything. Yeah.
My high school was Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Basically, it wasn't filmed at radio, but it might as well have been because I had those exact same characters. That was like the archetype that they portrayed so well. Like again, me and my friends all could not believe. Like we seen this guy and we were like, "That is Spicoli! Holy moly! That's Brad. That's Brad right there. There's Phoebe Cates right there. Like, dude, we had it so much. My God,
that was a good request.
I didn't fit in any of the roles. I'll tell you that. They didn't have any heavy metal people in that movie, really. They talked a couple, rock artists.
Nope.
When Damone was trying to sell tickets, he would name drop. Oh, I got Cheap Trick, and like, oh, we got Earth, Wind, and Fire when he was doing it to Forrest Whitaker.
Cheap Trick. That's my mama's nickname.
I love Cheap Trick. Cheap Trick's great.
I'm sorry, Paul.
But wait a minute. I had a question though. Oh boy, I can't believe I'm just going to say this. Well, when she was nicknamed Cheap Trick, though, was it because she's tight? Oh boy, never mind.
They sure did, David Donnelly. They absolutely
She's
double
right there. You can ask.
But you got one of my reference. Never mind.
Betty Boop was a made model after like literally Burlesque.
Whose vibrator's going off? I'm hearing something.
Yeah, me too.
That was my dryer.
Oh, well, it didn't sound like a dryer. I'm sorry.
It was.
Yep, they did. Betty Boop was modeled after Burlesque. Really, I mean, it was made for adults.
And that's the music that I've started to get into, and there's a lot of it on those old albums that are on my wall. Is Burlesque? It was an art form, and the music had to fit. It was
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It had to fit the acts. It had to be the horns, and it all had to be choreographed. So that's the kind of stuff. Because I'm an '80s person,
heavy metal. Give me some jazz. Give me some Frank Sinatra to swoon by. But right now it's burlesque music. Like, one of my bucket list things is to sit on top of a grand piano and sing "Hey Big Spender." Hey Big Spender.
Did you
Spend a
did you
little
like
time. Yeah, I love that stuff.
did you like Moulin Rouge?
Oh, yeah, I did. But there's a better
To a point.
film.
I mean, like,
There's a better film that talks about the beginning of burlesque. But no, I did enjoy the film. Yes, I did.
I didn't care as much for the film as I appreciated the art direction and, you know, like
Right.
the
Yes.
they were trying to portray. You know, I mean,
Yes.
any of the movies after so long, I can't even stomach a lot of the movies from the
Well,
since 2000.
it's kind of like watching RuPaul Drag Race. You're gonna get some good makeup tips from that, but watching the earlier burlesque players, the tips that they do, like putting your thigh highs all the way up to your ass cheeks, that's what made burlesque burlesque. If you're just wearing thigh high stockings, I cannot believe I'm on Paul's show talking about fucking pantyhose. Anyway, but when you bring them all the way up to your ass cheeks, that's burlesque because it's lifting your buttocks, you know, and giving a different view. And I can't, I'm sorry, Paul. I'm sorry. You know how.
No, it's okay. Hang on though. But
I know a little bit
Jen says there's a better film about burlesque. That's what Jen says.
Yes, there is, and that's probably the one that I'm talking about.
And
because it starts from the very beginning.
Drag Race if her heel didn't blow out.
It's a good thing her fan didn't break or come unhinged.
Yipes. I met RuPaul once.
I know that, Darren.
In the 90s. I didn't know it was RuPaul. I swear to God. Because I only saw from like the backside, and I'm like, oh, who the heck is... And then they turn around, I'm like, I like that. But then I went up, and I'm like, hey, I said, glad to meet you. Very convincing. And it's like, thank you. That's all. That was the end of the conversation.
Well, and then we have, like today, we have all of these performers and musicians, artists, who are totally changing how tall they are, their facial makeup and everything, where you can't really, like John 5. Took us forever to figure out who the hell that was, you know.
Yeah.
But
I saw him a couple of years ago. He's excellent live.
Oh, see.
Oh my God, he does a whole guitar thing where he just goes, and he'll just do like guitar intros. You know what I mean? Like famous guitar intros.
Yeah. And there are so many good ones where you hear 3 notes and you're like, that's my jam. That's my jam.
Frankie died just the other night. Some say it was suicide, but we know how the story goes. I know that tune.
Nice. Hey, Double D.
Oh man.
But I did comment the other day to one of the Chet Atkins fan site about my uncle being Paul Yandel.
Right.
And they did answer me back, and they're like, we have not met one single relative of his. And so we started having conversation, and it's been a couple weeks, you know, since I got out of the hospital, since I spoke to them last. But it'd be really interesting to learn some of the background on how Uncle Paul became Chet Atkins' only guitarist. Wow. You know, and to hear some of the finger picking style that my uncle did is what Chet Atkins adopted, basically. And if you watch them side by side, you can see it's Chet Atkins doing Paul Yandel.
Wow.
It's just interesting to look at, you know, because if you ever meet a Yandel, you're related to him, or I am.
You're talking about some of the greatest guitarists of
Yes.
the modern
Yes.
era ever. Even the Beatles themselves were influenced by Chet Atkins.
It's true.
Yep.
How much, and Elvis was too.
Yep.
So was Roy Orbison. So was Jerry Lee Lewis. I mean, like that guy was so influential. You can't even
Thank you for bringing up how influential that he was, because so many you just can't have these conversations. Yeah,
right.
Astro Zombie. Oh my God. Yeah. You just can't have these conversations with everyday people, and it means something. I'm telling you, I'm getting goosebumps in place I didn't know I could get goosebumps. So, just being able to talk about it.
Paul Yandel, and if that's your uncle, that's quite.
He played with the Louvin
Well,
brothers. Now I know who they are.
Yeah. What? Pardon?
He played with the Louvin brothers, Charles and Ira.
Yeah. And I've never met him personally because he's removed, or I'm removed. I'm not sure.
What's a rainbow? I don't know that song. Rainbow.
It's so blood.
She's a rainbow.
He's a rainbow.
All I know is the Roly Poly song.
Maybe I know the song if I heard
Roly Poly, Daddy's little fatty. That's my dad used to sing that to me.
Sorry, the way you were singing that.
What came into my song? Is it an Elvis song?
Hank Williams, Senior.
What came into my head was Ragdoll. Met her in the movies. Hot Tramp. Daddy's little cutie.
Hi, Double D.
Yes, it's the Rolling Stones. It's the flip side of Dandelion, I think. Or yeah.
Where is my Beatle babe?
She's here, but she's not here. If you get my drift.
Is she naked? She might be naked.
We wouldn't complain.
Is that the song that goes calling colors everywhere?
Yes, that's right.
Yep.
It's in her hair.
I don't know that one, but I do like that song. That's one of the better Rolling Stones.
Off of Satanic Majesty's Request from 1967. Yes, maybe we can only hope.
You tease,
maybe.
I'm just, what it is. I'm so turned off on the Stones in the sense of how over demonic they had to be. You know what I mean? It's like once you start being that demonic, I'm going the other way. I'm going towards the light. They can go in the dark.
Well, I mean, they were always known as the anti-Beatles, for God's sakes. They're like, the Beatles are so nice and everything. And these guys are animals. Nope, that's a different band. Mm-hmm.
I was definitely Beatles. When it's Beatles versus Stone, Beatles all the way for me.
Yeah, I think I told you that back when I applied for the record store job in Fayetteville, and he gave me this test. I thought it was funny, and it said Beatles or Stones. I wrote Kinks, just to fuck with them. But I probably would change the answer to the Who. Would have been a better answer, but oh well. Boy, you are the human jukebox. Everybody wants to hear, that's all right, mama.
Yeah, then you should change your screen name, dude. The human jukebox.
Yeah.
Don't broadcast it if you ain't going to hang it up.
He knows his apple pits, though, when I come into a place, like, I've had that for years, so it's like to change it, I would be unrecognizable. That's all right, mama. That's all right for you. That's all right, mama. Go in any way you choose, but that's all right. That's all right. That's all right now, mama. Oh, mama, don't cheat on no man. Mama, don't me do. Don't let God you fooling when she ain't no good to you, but that's all right. That's all right. That's all right now, mama. Anyway, we'll see right up. We'll see what you have done. Yeah, see right up. We'll see what you have done. Yeah, well, you made me love you, but now, you're very gone. roasting.
Yay! Oh, Shani went somewhere. She busy. Maybe she's switching loads on her dryer there. I don't know. See, yeah, I mean, that's the reason why we love music so very much, especially the old stuff, okay? That the 50s to the 80s, okay, even the early 90s. You know what the hell it is, chances are within 3 seconds, you can sing along to the dang thing, okay, whatever the hell it is. It's like after like the mid 90s, it starts getting kind of questionable. You're just sitting there going, I mean, like, let's face it, Walmart radio, they play a lot of shit, okay? And when they do play it, what I call a nugget, I'll be like, ooh, I don't think I've heard this one in a while. Then it'll go back to being shit again. And I'm like, ugh. You know, I actually sent an email to them, Mello. I said,
Did you really?
You people don't know me. I said, but what I'd like to do.
You don't know me, but I know you.
Exactly. And the thing is I said that let me do an overnight show for the stalkers because the stores close at 11. So it's like only the Walmart people are going to hear it from like 11 on. And I said, and let it be hard rock, heavy metal. I want to do it. I never got a damn response. And I was like willing to. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm like, your loss. Dale Gribble. Dale Gribble, ladies and gentlemen. Pocket sand. Pocket sand.
In the middle of something that he doesn't really understand. Maybe I'm a man, maybe I'm the only woman who can ever help me. Baby, won't you help me understand? Ooh. There you go. There's a little gift for you there, brother.
Double D. Let me buy you a couple drinks. Fun show tonight, buddy. And you know what? Thank you. And I'm going to buy the Venus reaction after I get a snoot in me, a snootful.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Well, I was just telling the truth. I'm like subbed to all the great channels here on panel and in the audience because spread the love and insanity in the VC. I wasn't kidding about this. I'm never bullshit. Okay, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. I try to be honest and transparent with all you people because I love you guys. I literally do. We have got a very fucking unique channel here. We do. We have lots of crazy people. It is one of the best. I mean, it is. And it's because of you guys, not me. I'm just the idiot that's behind the scenes pulling the string. Thank you. You're such a bitch to play and sing in Paul's original key. Now, talk about a song.
Part, man.
Yeah, talk about a
Paul
song.
Doesn't even really do that high street part himself, though. To be fair.
Yeah, in '70, it went unnoticed. It really did. It was 6 years later on that live album. Because maybe I'm amazed. Finally, at least in the United States. Now I can't say over in the UK, but it took 6 years for it to gain popularity. Talk about weird, right? I mean. It's really, not the only song that's ever.
To me, that song, I would say, out of all the Beatles, that song literally fools me into thinking it sounds so close to a Beatles song. Like literally, that song sounds like it could have been on Abbey Road. Even the way he used the rotating horn sound in the background of the guitar, like he adds like different things. And that rotating horn sound, you know, it used to be a badge. It was in like. It was in so many songs. Eric Clapton did a lot of songs with rotating horn on the guitar. That sound went away. Like nobody even uses it no more. Oh, Piccolina.
Yeah, Piccolina, very cool on it. Like I said, we have
And
cool
it's
channels. You know, it makes you
a shame
think though.
that doesn't think, yeah, why did they get rid of it? Why isn't it being used at all anymore?
Yeah.
I think maybe the Black Crowes tried to use it, or a couple bands did, but it was like such a permanent sound that gets. So same thing with the harpsichord. You remember in the late '60s, the Monkees, Partridge Family, so many bands used the harpsichord as like a
Left Bank.
Yeah, it's such a unique sound. Why did it go away? Same thing with like in the '70s, all the synthesizer violin sounds like behind ELO and all that went away too. Like what? Why? Why?
What was
even
that
the
thing?
synthesizer sounds in the '80s, like the Human League, that's gone too. They're all gone. Like why?
Human League.
Yeah, I love the
What
Human League.
was that? What was that instrument called where you used your hands on a
A
rod?
theremin.
A theremin, yes.
That's it. Okay.
Good
Bum,
vibrations.
bum, bum.
Best example of a theremin.
Yeah.
At least in rock.
Well, I found one last weekend
Uh-huh.
at the Samaritan House, and
Oh.
they wanted $30 for it.
That's a good price. Not bad.
It was, but I don't have room for it. You know,
How big was it?
it was this long and only about that high. I mean,
I'm
it
just
wasn't
saying, to have something like that is unique to just be
standard
able to
keyboard, standard electronic keyboard size. By the
You
way,
know what I mean? I
putting it
probably
out
would have
there,
got it to have in my back pocket. Like, it's like
I
getting a gong.
wish somebody would come look at my organ.
But it's nice
If
to
anybody
have a
wants to
gong.
look at my organs,
Your organs.
You know,
yes,
I could maybe assist in
You
this.
got to look at your organs up close and personal.
it is. It's a Hammond classic. It's got
Yeah.
everything on it. Yeah.
I am willing to play with your organ, especially if the keys are clean and everything, and the foot pedals.
I know, and I recently lubricated it.
Well, see, that's important to have a lubricated organ, to be able to play properly,
Yeah.
And talking about a pipe organ now.
Yes. Oh, the pipes are clean and they work
Gotta
fine.
clean the pipes every now and then.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yes. Yeah, they have to, because if they build up, you can't. The performance
With the
isn't
brush
great.
and all, you got to put the brush in there.
That might
Remember
hurt
the
a little, but hey, whatever it takes.
Remember in the Willy Wonka movie when Gustav got caught in the pipe in the Chocolate River and it built up the pressure?
My grandmother, God rest her soul, spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch. Anyway, she took us to this place in San Francisco called Pizza and Pipes. And that's what it was, pizza and a pipe organ, playing all your favorite tunes from the 60s, 70s, and 80s with French bread and spaghetti. But they were all behind glass. So it's like when my grandma bought this organ for me to start learning to play, I just thought, I can't do this. I'm not even possibly. That's, special. He's behind glass and stuff. And here I am just out in the open with all these hillbillies. I was scared to even start playing way down upon this Bonnie River. Hey, sorry that made you.
Was the pizza and pipe place owned by a member of the mob?
The pizza was more than you deserve.
I think so. Yes. Way down upon the Swanee River. Don Guido sings your.
There's one accent I can do, and it's from Disney World. The lady who was at the Disney World store, and you know me, I was way looking for liquor after being on the interstate for a while. We pulled off. We're at Disney World, and I go, with my daughter, and we're wandering around, and I find the store. And I said, "Hey, can you buy liquor this time of day?" She says, "Yes, ma'am. You can buy the liquor, but it's way too early to be drinking it."
I'm waiting for like Tony to come out from the back room and go, say hello to my little friend.
Say hello. Hey, kid. You Han Yak.
That's the little monkey right there. He's so cute.
He's gonna be a future
How
wrestler.
many? Ask him. How many chickens does it take to change a light bulb?
How many chickens does it take to change a light bulb? He says he don't know.
We'll never know. They got electrocuted and turned into fried chicken.
We'll never know. They got electrocuted and turned into fried chicken. He's laughing.
I was trying to show him the thumb pulling off trick.
Oh, that little Snoopy. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Da 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 da. Did you just say hello, Stinky? Hello, Stinky. Yes. I'm not keen on flowers, but I do like tulips on my organ. That is very important to make sure that. Can you give me further? My friend, just click the 3 dots that are under the screen on the right. And then just go to, super chat.
Hey, Stinky.
Please and thank you. And hell, I'll share some money with Mello. He deserves it. He's the one that's carrying the heavy load today. I said heavy load.
Right, yeah. Come on, Dave.
How long is the spin going on?
Look, Paul.
How long is the spin going on?
Like 2 years. Last time I was at Paul's house, it fell out. You got any of those Werther originals?
Is the spin going
on?
I haven't heard that song in a long time.
Now I know.
All right. This is not a drive-through. I'd like a number 4 meal with an extra cook. No, it is not a drive-through menu.
Tell Grandpa, I knew a lady from Nantucket.
Oh my. The password is risque limerick. That reminds me of the song "The Scotsman" by Brian Bowes. Oh my God!
With a tie so long, with a tie so long, tuck it.
I love the story about. Well, I guess I made it up. It's my story about how Whiskey in the Jar went from the 1600s to Metallica through Thin Lizzy, and you can actually find old printed lyrics and music from the 15 to 1600s. That's one of those songs. That's why I love remakes, because it gives you a whole new take. Whiskey in the from the Dubliners.
Daryl.
Yeah. All
and
of
I'd
that.
rather
I love those.
Metallica's version.
Yeah.
I nearly died the first time I heard Motley Crue "Wild Side" coming over Walmart radio, and it wasn't Motley Crue. It's like,
I love that.
Make her feel good, and I'm in the aisle where Walmart is finally selling. Walmart.
It just is the hint. Is the hint this?
Shame on you, Paul. Shame on you.
Password is.
Speaking of White Castle, I remember.
This is kind of sad. It's a Saturday night, and it's just us 3 old fogies on here. Beetle Babe, Double D, John,
Maybe-
where's John?
Maybe,
You know,
everybody's busy. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
it's
you know what?
Saturday.
I'm gonna get some more coffee. You two chat for a minute or two because, honey, you just brought up something that I forgot to bring over here. So,
well, it wasn't vomit, was it? You didn't
I
puke.
hope not.
never mind. You don't even know.
Ain't no telling with him.
It's the sound of a car.
He's a really cool guy. We're both,
See if you know this
in
song.
our. Okay. Give me words.
I count the falling tears. They fall from my
Oh,
eyes
my eyes.
like a thousand
Thousands.
times. Yeah. I call you on the phone. You never was around. So sit there all alone. It's time you
Change your mind.
nobody's
Nobody's fool. I know. Nobody's fool. Never again. No, no. Cinderella.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Did he, because I was just a teenager when they came out. Did they actually have talent, or it
Yes.
was just
Yeah.
they did, but
Tom
they're lost
Kiefer is-
now.
Yeah, I
What
mean
was
Tom
the lead
Kiefer.
singer's name?
Tom Kiefer.
Tom Kiefer.
He was in
Okay, I'm gonna.
songwriter. Really,
Tom Kiefer.
It's Gone. I mean, they had some hits. I mean,
Yeah, they did.
I feel bad more for Rat than I did Cinderella. I mean, Rat really got obscurity when they were as big as Motley Crue at one time.
Yeah, and Rat got hung out to dry.
He really did.
I think it was the name. Come on. Round and round.
Yeah, I got to remember.
Bob, come here. Bob.
Out on
Round
the
and round. What comes
Hey,
around?
they
Sorry.
make the night. I always call
They
the line.
always cross the line. Tighten my belt. Abuse yourself.
Hey, we'll put you on yourself.
Yourself.
Hey, some other way. You're
We're
gonna
gonna go and never see you again. I've had enough. I've had enough. Go insane.
I knew
Right from the beginning. You would end up winning. I knew right from the start. You put an arrow through my heart.
Played that in a long time. Remember this one? Significant in your room. You feel the pressure, you're going crazy too. The walls around you, closing in. You need a day. Claustrophobic, feeling scared. You need somebody, volunteer to care. No one-way ticket, a change of pace. You had enough, can't take on. Breaking the chains around me. Nobody else has found me.
That's Docket,
Look around
right?
me.
Docket?
I'm breaking the chains. Yep.
That's right.
Dockin.
You know what? I was speaking of Cinderella. Astrozombie. They were playing.
God bless you, Darren. Did you see Darren? Look at what Darren gave you.
Oh, look at this! Fantastic. Hopefully, this donation makes its way to you. Thank you so much for accepting me. You, Mello, and David are such wonderful people. I love musicians, and I do too. I do. I always have.
Appreciate the.
Oh my gosh. We only have 58 minutes left.
David says, "Hey, Mello, check your B and E strings."
That's true.
Thank you, Double D. I wasn't gonna say it.
Or if you were White Snake's kitten with claws, the G string gets tuned to A.
That sounds better.
Oh, now you want Bob Seger right there. On a long and lonesome highway.
Yeah, right. That is just like that.
Don't want to.
You know that
Bob
one album with
Seger.
Sunburst, and I'm not.
See, when I hear that, I hear something else.
Don't want
Hotel
to
California.
bad songs.
It's like a world without sun. You can't do anyone without hero. A world without heroes is like a never-ending rain. It's like a time without a place. Such a sad and useless thing. Where you don't know what you're after, or if something's after you, and you don't know why. You don't know a world without heroes. In a world without dreams, things are always on what they seem. In a world without heroes, it's like a bird without wings, or a bell that never rings. Such a sad and useless thing, where you don't know what you're after, or if something's after you. And you don't know why, you don't know a world without heroes.
Yes, ma'am. There's my mom. Say hi to Paul.
Hey, Charlotte.
Hi, Tom. Still wearing my nightgown.
Without heroes.
Well, it's almost time to go back to bed.
Wait, Amy, he's cute, huh?
Hey.
I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you both soon.
She can't cross state line. She's a felon.
Oh, man act. Oh, I mean, and that's how
No,
Chuck
she's
Berry
not.
got nailed.
No, she walked it down. She's good. She can cross state lines.
Oh, God, wait a minute. Now I'm thinking that. My, once bitten, twice shy, baby. Because he goes, before something he called before I put her hands across the state line. Yeah.
Melody. You probably don't know this story, but the way Paul and I met was at Walmart.
Oh, really?
Yes, my mother and my mother and my stepfather. My mother took my stepfather to Little Rock to have his hip replaced. While she was parking the truck, it slipped out of gear and ran her over.
Oh my God.
So I had the two of them on opposite couches, love seats, whatever. And I'm just flabbergasted. I'm just, oh my God, what the hell is going on? What did I do, God? What did I do? And Paul's, doing the personal shopping up and he's like, you need a hug. And he comes out and hugs me. It's like, God, that was the best hug. And then to find out that he was into music and records and even the records of my timeline and stuff, we have become the bestest of friends.
That's
We don't.
awesome.
He's got too many kids for me though. He's busy all the time.
It's kind of true, yes.
Like to knock a couple of them off, but especially that one.
He's
He can lick some toad for all I can. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
He's adorable.
But yeah, the music and everything, and now getting to meet you. What else are old folks gonna do on their Saturday night? I'm not going nowhere. I
might be
go
going
out.
I might be going on stage later.
yeah.
Maybe.
So let me
Yep.
show some things here since we happen to be in the hair metal-y kind of mood. I had this pilot. He's not really picking his nose, kids. It's like this. It's an optical delusion. Anyways, I'm not suggesting my dono gets any superiority, but just in case, how about the Carpenters and John Denver are both together? Just having fun. Love you, Paul. I'm so happy to be associated with you. What's the fun of being good? But hang on a second before he gets to the Carpenters, John Denver doing
While you're
I'm sorry,
on,
somebody
hey
is.
Paul, while you're on camera, I'm going to go off camera for a second.
understood.
You know what I mean?
Yep. So I got to. Will you stop for a minute? I don't want that. Anyways, so I.
Oh, let me see it.
No, you're not going to see his nose goblin collection. So the other cassette that I forgot to show you guys the other day, if anybody remembers Jet Boy, I know Jet Boy wasn't exactly very good. 80s for Jet Boy. Now, yeah, we got the Dirt soundtrack. Those 4 new songs that, oh my God, who told Motley Crue to do a cover of Like a Virgin? Who? Because I'd like to go back in time and smack them. Madonna's Like a Virgin. That's on here. This is horrible. No. That's horrible. And they even played it on the radio once or twice. Okay. In this area, it was horrible. The rest of them are hits. But oh God, horrible.
In through your nose, out through your mouth.
Exactly.
You better shoot that to me.
Sure. Jet Boy, Jet Girl.
That's the truth.
What? It depends on how many jets there are, I guess. Here's one that really doesn't get talked about too much anymore. Although in the late 70s to late 80s they were popular. I tripped on this for $1 at the flea market from Riot. Most people, don't. They're kind of old school. Although now I guess there's one original member.
I have Fire Down Under somewhere.
Hang on a minute. He just gave.
That's the only one I got.
Anyways.
Don't choke on that.
I'll tell you. You don't even know what. Anyways. Riot. So yes. Really? Good thing I don't have that cowbell lying around. Excuse you. All right. Electric Boys. Yeah, not to be confused with non-electric boys or Electric Avenue Boys. An Antco from
so
89.
they're electric as opposed to battery operated.
Yes. Produced by Rob Rock. Rob Rock was a big producer back in the
Metallica.
80s. Let's see. This is not. Why did I have this? Oh, that's in case if Beetle Babe showed up, which is getting reissued on vinyl for the first time. Well, no, for the God knows what time. Friday music.
Beetle Babe's got other things to do on a Saturday night.
Why don't you slide whistle 99 pounds? I want to hear that. He doesn't know what that is. All right.
A load 16 tons. What do I get?
White, Isle of White, 1970. Okay. The Who. That's who. Who's on first? Anyways, I found this for $1. This Who CD, and you know what? I got to tell you truthfully, I call that a bargain. The best I ever had. The best I ever had. Black Oak, Arkansas. And
he was on Wheel of Fortune last year.
Jim Dandy was on Wheel of Fortune.
Well, one of them was on. He said that, yes. They asked, what do you do? And he said, I'm in a band called Black Oak, Arkansas for 25 years. He was on Wheel of Fortune.
Johnny Bolin.
Okay.
Johnny Bolin, Tommy Bolin's brother. Because that's because that's the only one that was around that long. Was Johnny
I'm not
Bolin.
trying to argue with you.
I'm not arguing. I'm just saying it was probably Johnny Bolin. I don't know how he landed on Wheel of Misfortune. But, all right. Here's another one that didn't get around very much. Little Caesar say, yeah, they were on Geffen. Little Caesar. Not to be, of course, confused with his brother that ran Pizza.
Did you end up with My Heart stuff?
No.
No?
No, I don't. No, I swear. Firehouse acoustic greatest hits and some new songs. You know,
Okay.
for some person, it could be the love of the lifetime. You want to go the long way to love? Go get the best of Britney Fox. Unless you already
Touch
played
me.
old school, then you'll be okay. Bite down
I had
hard.
all those records.
My ex had tickets to go see Bad Company in Austin at the Coliseum. They didn't show up, but because I was a brand new mother, I let them go, and I stayed home with the kid because my mother-in-law did not want to babysit that night because there was a Willie Nelson concert at the Broken Spoke. So I got at home with the kid, and then my ex and his brother come back, and they're wearing Vixen t-shirts and tell me this bogus story about how Bad Company never showed up. So they replaced Bad Company with Vixen. And it's like,
when they told you that, did that story get you on the edge of a broken heart?
yeah.
I'll tell you what, after the Poison fiasco, thinking that they were girls, when I first saw Vixen, I was like, nope, I'm not falling for it this time.
And Mel, look at
God. Oh my God, you have the greatest record of 1990 right there.
I found this for $1 at the.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, Shannon's gonna know where this pawn shop is. It's on the corner of Oak and.
Oh my God, dude, that's one of my favorite records of all time. What? Have you listened to it? Did you listen to it?
No, this is stuff that I've picked up not too long ago.
Wait till you listen to that record. You know what? I want you to make a video. Can you make a review?
Reaction video?
Yeah, reaction video of Mr. Bungle, please. I'm telling you, you'll get a whole new fan base if you do.
Yes, I did, Dave. There's a lot of them.
Do that, Paul. You got to review.
Me too, Dave. Me too.
Not only Samantha Fox. Let's see, Kate Parker, Lisa DeLue, Christy Canyon,
Barbara Dare,
Nina Hartley. Let's see. There's one that's pretty cute.
Ginger Lynn.
Yes. Amber Lynn too. There's a hot little one I tripped on in the last year or two called.
Who's the one from Marilyn Chambers?
Marilyn Chambers and Linda Lovelace. There's a very interesting thing on YouTube, Mello, and if I can find the link, I'll send it to you, and I'll send it to you, Shanny. This is an appearance on a 1970s, late 70s cable public access channel, and what happens is quite interesting, to say the least. I brought up Black Oak. We've got here, rest in peace, Ricky Lee Reynolds, because he signed this, and so did Jim. One of the best albums from the mid-'80s. They tried heavy metal in this album. This should have been a hit. It was an import label from England. That's what kind of killed it. It didn't go very well, and let's face it, it has. At the end of the album, the classic closing song, I Want a Woman with Big Titties. That's right. I'm not kidding. That is the end of that song. Now,
I remember that one.
Come on up, Jen.
And Tango. There's another one that doesn't get brought up very much. Yeah, come on, Jen. Or are you busy with?
Come on, Jen. I like your comment.
How about a Tribe Called Quest?
Oh boy! And then, of course, I've showed Circus of Power the other day. So.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
They opened up for Kiss. I saw them.
That's the hair metal stuff here. So let's see. I tune in for wholesome music talk and I get smut. Well, you'll get both here in the Psychopladder John. My cat was named after Chasey Lane. I forgot about Chasey Lane. I can definitely make it more smutty if I go on.
It's funny because I think I'm joking
please do, and Atco, yes. Or ATC, yes.
It's funny because on my eBay right now, I've been putting up like literally vintage adult magazines that I have like stacks of, like literally like all the different, like one's called, Cinema Stars, and it's all the X-rated stars of the day of the 80s. Other ones are swingers magazines and stuff like Select. And I have money, and I'll tell you what, those things go for I found out pretty big bucks.
Oh, I bet too.
$50 an issue, $50.
So I think I brought this story up before, but since it's been a very, very long time, I've told this story. I'll bring it up again. Anyway, so my late former fiance, Mary, so in the Central Valley, Illinois area of Peru, Ottawa, LaSalle, there used to be an adult gentleman's club. In fact, it still might be there for all I know. But
Wait, who? What? Wait.
My former fiance that has passed away last December, Mary, okay? Okay, so in the town that she lived in was a adult gentleman's club off of the, off the off ramp because, it was I-55 or whatever. So the point is who was showing up there for a few days, but the 70s legend Chesty Morgan. Yeah, that's right. Deadly Weapons, all the other. Chesty Morgan was performing for the weekend and saw Mary because Mary was there. Something about her brother worked at the joint, okay? And so Chesty goes to Mary after the show and says, honey, I could help you get in the business if you want to because Mary had size eyes. Mm-hmm.
I know when she was popular, she was everywhere. Even for a minor, you still came across articles about her.
Mm.
And it was just, that's all it was about. But I heard, because it was Austin, that she did a certain dance before it was ever popular.
Mm.
And it brought the crowd to their knees for her.
Mm.
And the comment that I heard most importantly was, they might not be the biggest tits, but they're definitely the longest. Ouch.
Longest. Wow. Wow. So, but that's the thing, though.
They were double E's, man. You can't walk around with that shit on your. Excuse me. Sorry. Pardon me.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But let's see. So, I mean, okay. Here's another one that I came across photos of this a few years back. I did not know that in I think it was the 90s, that Mamie Van Doren, remember her? She was in a few of those magazines after all these years, and I'm going, wait a minute, Mamie goes back to the 50s. You're telling me in the 90s she went? I've seen the pictures. Wow. I don't know what to think exactly, but I'm going. Now I'll tell you who had class in the burlesque field. And I listen, I never was a Marilyn Monroe. I never was a Jane Mansfield. I never was any of that stuff. For me, it was Betty Page. She was the one that I was like. And then, of course, years later, finding out the story about her and how she was a little off-center, if you will, in the noggin, and she disappeared in 1960, 61, and she pretty much disappeared for 20-something years till I think it was an HBO documentary or something, and she never even showed her face because the fact is she didn't want to ruin the illusion. Yes, I do actually.
These are fun magazines, I'll tell you.
Damn it, Melody.
What?
You pervert.
I have like thousands of magazines. It's just the percentage of them are adult as well, you know. So I got to get
We're
rid of
the
them.
wasp of the VC, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
selling them off. I don't want them. I don't care about
Yeah, my nudie collections all consist of Jehovah's Witnesses.
them.
Wait for it. Wait for it. No, that's it. They were all Jehovah's. Every time they knock on my door, I say, "You're gonna have to come back in like 30 minutes because I got 2 teenagers tied up in the back room. You're gonna have to come back and visit." Do you know why Jehovah's Witnesses are all flat-chested?
Oh no!
Why is that?
The door slamming.
Oh boy,
What did
guys!
you expect?
See the programming that you never know you're going to get here. You're not going to see this on PBS because they know better.
I only get 2 Jehovah's Witnesses come to my door. I never get female Jehovah's Witnesses.
I've seen one, but I will say that this: when they come to the door, or even when I like the last time I met a pair was I was at a gas station.
Met a pair?
Yeah, I was getting ready to go in the car, and they're trying to get their whatever, and I said, "Well, gentlemen, unfortunately, I already belong to a cult." And they look at me really weird, and I said, "Yes, I belong to the cult of the Blue Oyster." I said, "Where, you know, we don't fear the Reaper, we watch Godzilla movies, and we're always burning for you." And I go, "Have a nice day." And I get in the car, and they have this befuddled look on their face because they don't know what Blue Oyster Cult is. But
Praise Cheez-Its. Praise Cheez-Its.
Oh boy, yeah, you can find a bunch of that in Walmart aisle 7 right now.
My daughter just used to love it because she'd hear the maintenance man upstairs walking across the ceiling, and we weren't allowed to teach about God or Jesus or anything like that. You know, they're non-secular. And every time she'd see the ceiling fan rocking and wobbling, she'd go, "Praise Cheez-Its."
Absolutely praise Jesus.
Good thing they didn't do other things in that room that the fan would move a lot more.
Hey, you know what else I want to show, Paul? This is something I have on eBay. It's ending today on my eBay.
Ladies and gentlemen, on 16mm Kingdom. Oh, Madam Web,
All
first
right.
appearance. Right?
Yeah, I started at $20, $19.99. Because I rated like maybe a 4 or 4.5, and it's up to $26
That's good,
right
James.
now. Bidding war.
Nice.
So I figure anybody else might be interested. If you like Spider-Man, it's a classic issue. People get rated and they go up in real value, you know.
My God,
I'm holding a #1 Silver Surfer for hostage for ransom. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Wow, that's pretty good. #1 Silver Surfers are good.
Yeah,
It's
I don't make it up.
How did you get that?
What?
How did you get that?
I had it when I was giving you records, but I didn't know that you were interested in all of this stuff.
But wait a minute, like, is it what Silver Surfer? I mean, there's iterations of Silver Surfer. What year is this?
No, it's the #1.
60s.
What year is it? Do you remember what year it's from?
No, I don't. I'm not into comics, so I didn't look. I knew she'd show up eventually.
Because there are #1s in different eras. There's a #1 of Silver Surfer in 1975.
It was the original one. Yeah.
It would be 1967, I think.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, because supposedly my ex was like 3 or 4 years old, and his big brother gave it to him.
See, I got 2 beautiful women on panel. I don't think too many
You
people
look
can say
beautiful,
that.
damn it.
Y'all shut up. I'm trying to talk to Beetle Babe.
You two go. Yeah,
Hey, girl, your hair looks fantastic.
Right.
Well, thank you.
Damn it. Shalom.
Shalom.
I told
Namaste.
Bobby Gass when he was going to go. Jen probably heard this one when he was going to go. He was going to go fish for salmon in Rachel broadcast today. So that's why he left.
Billy or Bobby.
Yeah, and I said, "Hey, good." I said, "Can you get it up? Get some lox for me." Because I like it. I have Jewish heritage, ladies and gentlemen, but I like a good bagels and lox.
Jen, did you adjust your camera differently or something?
What?
Ladies
Did
and
you
gentlemen,
adjust
Tori Amos.
you
Did I
adjust
adjust
your camera differently? It looks like a different, like you're further back or something.
That's why. No, I'm closer up, if anything.
Oh, that's what I meant. But you look farther away from the wall, from the silver.
I'm sitting forward on the chair.
What is a pocket sand? I don't understand.
Watch King of the Hill
I do watch King of the Hill, but I don't understand.
with Dale Gribble, the pocket sand. Shh. In the
Oh,
guy's face.
God. Okay.
You gotta stay off that damn old internet. That just clickety click 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 click.
That's
Damn it,
Boomhauer.
buddy. Propane and propane accessories.
GD, what's up, GD?
Yeah, of course. She looks phenomenal. Anyway.
He is looking phenomenal.
I'm just waiting for the cops to show up.
Ah,
They probably will. Or the YouTube cops will.
Yeah.
We have to.
Well, we live yet less than 150 yards from a school, so it's not going to be good when it goes down. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Change the names to protect the guilty.
I was thinking about you last week, girl.
Yeah?
Because there was a sale on hair dye,
Yeah.
and I remember your color was a little bit darker than what you're touting now.
This is
And I
actually just
thought-
freshly done.
it looks great.
I was going to say, yeah. And I was going to say, what would she say if I showed up with, this gray and kind of silvery blue up in here? What would she say if I showed up with her exact hair color?
Probably rock it.
Yeah. Right.
You'd know you'd had a fan.
Aw.
It does.
I mean,
it
I
looks
can
a lot.
send it. Do I have
It looks a lot brighter.
It is brighter because I just did it.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can grab the other
So
box
that's what she was
without
doing.
wardrobe malfunctioning.
It's amazing. I mean, really, like glowing.
Yeah, it looks amazing. So that's what you were doing
This is
while
the
you weren't
exact
speaking
one.
to it.
Oh, hang on, everybody.
Oh, okay. Fair
Here it is.
All right.
Yeah, Ruby Rush. That's the exact one I used.
R68.
It
That's
looks good
cool.
for you.
I always get them
One
two at
off.
a time because I never know if it's going to be quite enough to get through all of this month. So,
Yeah,
just to
totally.
be safe, I buy a second one. And also, there was like one point in time where there was like 6 solid months. It was just sold out everywhere, and I've been paranoid ever since.
Have you ran the spectrum of color in your hair, Beetle Babe?
What?
Have you ran the spectrum of color throughout your years of doing hairs and stuff?
I've done really shitty blonde. I've done pink. I've done 2 different reds. I've done more different or brown than my actual brown. I've done...
What about blue black? Have you ever done blue black?
No,
Oh.
because I can't go over it with anything, and that's the only reason why I haven't gone
And
black.
it would not go with her complexion, blue black. Are you crazy?
It would have to be
Welcome
red
to
black.
Paul's makeup tips.
Red
people
black.
goth phases, in a goth phase, they go black hair.
Well, trust me, I had my goth phase, but I used the spray-on kind because I didn't want to commit to I'm going to have it black forever if I do this.
It's going to look bad at church.
What about purple? Have you done purple before?
When I was trying to make the decision of what color to do for this, it was between this or purple.
Really? Wow.
Because there is one picture when one of my nephews was born, the way that the sun was coming through the window, it made it look like there was a purple streak in the front, and I was like,
There's a song.
Well, maybe you should do that. You maybe try.
Attached to the
Great
red.
sun shone through the window.
Do a washout one where it's like temporary.
Trust me, if I ever get bored of the red, purple's next.
Yeah, but that would be pretty cool. Have a purple streak.
I won't pay for it because I'm not somebody who spends money on my hair, obviously. But I want my hair to look like a pair of 80s cut up jeans. Bleach wash jeans. I got my silver here and funeral here and ancient beings down here.
So like an ombre kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm okay.
See, I'm not sure how to do that at home. There's got to be a way.
Ladies and gentlemen, the female Roy G. Biv hair challenge. That's right. Any of you old schoolers know, of course, about what Roy G. Biv is.
Yeah.
I do. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Ha!
Very good. That's right, Roy G. Biv.
He was a second baseman for the Chicago something or other.
Honestly, I thought about doing red on this side and blue on this side.
Oh, so it'd kind of be like
Yeah.
Mark Hudson.
Yeah, it would be the white.
But in the middle, they'll meet and be purple.
No, it's white. I have a stripe in the middle almost. If you see me
Oh,
first,
it's like papering up.
it would be like a flag.
Maybe next time I'll just dye my chin hairs like bright yellow.
How you doing?
And this was like, boing.
It'd make them easier to find.
Yeah, totally. I can't wait
Ladies
for me
and
to find my
gentlemen,
mom.
the electrolysis of the
Totally.
VC stars.
So while you were out ignoring us,
I wasn't ignoring you.
No,
I was
I know.
right here.
I know we've
I was busy
discussed.
having the titties out. So
We have discussed burlesque music, homosexuality, religion, bands that suck, bands that rock, and we disagreed on a couple of those. But you're a Beatle babe, so I can't really get in your junk. You know, I don't know nothing about all them dudes.
Many
You know,
have tried, few have succeeded.
so
Cabaret.
I'm gonna shut the hell up, and you have at it.
for what?
Psychos platters.
What?
What?
I think she wants your knowledge of burlesque.
I'm pretty sure you covered it.
Maybe she want my take on burlesque.
Maybe. I mean, I got pasties on right now, so.
Oh, see, I tried to start my
You
own
show
pasty
those.
line. They're like night pasties, like made out of pajama material. My ex made me feel so
Well,
guilty
you might have a whole new
that
show.
I couldn't keep pasties on. He's like, no, you're supposed to have hard nipples to keep them on. He never told me about glue.
Jen might forever change your show if she does that.
Oh, you only think I'm joking.
That's going to be for Patreon.
Game I'm playing. There is no buttons done on this shirt right now.
Oh,
What was wrong move? I was like, my safety net is pasties.
stand up and prove it. Woo! Wow. Get your applause button, boys. That's like the closest thing to Phoebe Cates you're gonna get.
Ta-da.
Phoebe Cates, oh my
And
God.
in the background, they're hearing Jackson Brown.
No, it's the cars.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Fun with JW's.
And do it again in slow motion. Do it again in slow motion.
Paul, I have a feeling this show's going to go longer than 3 hours.
Oh, look at this though. So fun with JWs. I was getting ready for a fancy dress party and got interrupted by the JWs. My girlfriend at the time opened the door in a black PVC cat suit and wearing devil horns. They didn't stay long.
Well, if they were up his ass, he'd know it.
Living in stereo, life's the same except for my shoes.
You know what my
Yeah, I
favorite
figure if
one
anybody
from
got
them?
mad, they're like, no, I'm rocking the Davy Jones
Dangerous
look. I
type.
can't put them out.
Well, I must say, Jen, it's very lovely.
Yes.
Yes.
It definitely made my night. It made my night. It really did.
He acts as if I didn't have them out for him earlier.
That's going to be, honestly, Paul, that's going to be an attractive moment just to have all the part. You're going to see in the schematics of like your.
On the other hand, like I said, I made sure there is a safety net in place so that there is no possibility of too much.
You know, like literally.
She's smart. She's smart.
Most
Smart.
people-
I've been keeping an eye on where that kid is to make sure not at the same moment. If he's in my sight, he can see me. So I'm just like,
No, he's going to see in this statistic. Paul's going to see where the most viewed moment of the show is going to be.
The burlesque moments.
and you
Jen-
should be-
know I was already doing this before you guys were talking about this.
Jen's changing the trajectory of Paul's show now from like,
Yeah, if I had a and see, it's still appropriate because one of Judy Garland's husbands wrote that song.
That's right.
That's right, David Rose.
Rose.
Full of useless
Yeah.
information. Useless. Full of it.
We're proud
The
of you.
only information I have is useless.
Yeah. Let me play rock trivia with you. I'll never answer a question that starts with something and the answer's 10 cc. What? Who?
Before I tell Jen the story, I was going to tell her because I messaged this. Do you know what the band name 10cc is about?
Yes.
Okay.
Duh.
And
Yeah.
you
You
probably
know my
shouldn't
mother.
say it in front of that one.
For you, oh yeah.
Hey, Shannon.
Anyway, so the thing is that
All
an average male byproduct is 9 cc's. Seriously, I don't know where they found that out in the 70s, but that's the truth. So they decided to be a smart aleck and call their band 10cc.
Huh. Well,
Shannon.
good. Now I can bring my mind back to Christian.
Shannon, what song says I need $50 to make you holla?
I don't know off the top of my head.
God, I
just
should know that one. I should know that one. All I know is that I would like to share my latest shenanigan with y'all because I do shenanigans. So I stayed at a friend of mine's house a couple days last week, and it took 2 days for it to happen. But early in the morning, I'd sneak in there and I put just a drop of Stewart's laundry bluing on her toothbrush.
Oh my God.
Okay. I did a little bit too much because typically bluing makes things that are whiter.
Yes.
But using too much,
Makes it bluer.
her
It's like little old ladies' hair when they do the blue tint.
Yes. We have this festival up here called War Eagle. I call it the Blue Haired Convention. But this poor woman, I'm going to beg forgiveness for the rest of my life because she had to go to her first day on the job at McDonald's
Oh.
with blue teeth.
No!
It wouldn't come off. She kept saying that it was the blue Slurpee, and that was a good cover. But when
Which
she
Smurf was it?
got
She
home,
just had blue gum in her mouth at all times.
Oh
You know
no,
what
I
I
just thought of a bad YouTube meme from like a gazillion
Was it
years
Papa
ago.
or
And I
Andy?
can't say
I
it
think
to the kid there.
I'm not invited over anymore.
I remember. Do you ever see those airborne tablets that they give you for colds or whatever? Somebody mixed some up in Tums, and they took one out of a Tums, and it turned out to be an airborne. They put it in their mouth. All of a sudden, their mouth started
Frothing
foaming.
at the mouth.
Like literally, it looked like they were going rapid. They're whoa, whoa, whoa. They couldn't even talk.
Oh my God!
Literally,
Don't
they were trying to
keep-
spit it out so fast.
Not sponsored
Don't
by
keep your
Airborne.
lube next to your arthritis medication.
Oh
No.
my!
The
And
Or
squeezy
next to
stuff.
hot sauce.
Or Vapo Rub.
Oh.
Oh no!
Right, Mom?
I'll tell you a White Castle story that we were talking about White Castle before. One time, me and my buddies were like going from a party, and literally it was like about 30 miles away from where we lived. And on the way back, after partying all night, on the way back, we stopped at White Castle. Literally, it was like 15 miles in between. The rest of the way was like all woods. It was just like a really long road, dark road, stuff that we were traveling on. And after we're eating, we went there and we ate there. They were open 24 hours at that one. We get back. I was in the passenger seat in the front, and they had three of my buddies in the back, and then my other friend driving. So in the back, as we're going home, we only have 15 miles to go. But literally within like 5 minutes, my one friend who was in the middle in the back says, "You got to pull over right now. You got to pull over." And my friend driving, he's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "I got to go right now." So luckily we're around in woods, so he goes and runs into the woods, right? And we're waiting there for a couple minutes, and we're like, "Come on, man!" We're thinking like he had to take a leak or whatever. He comes back into the car, and immediately, as soon as we start driving, literally as he was in the woods, he must have literally crapped into his own pants and pulled them back up. And literally within 2 seconds, we're like, "Dude, what the hell, man?" We smelled it all in the car, and the guys in the back are freaking out. So they're like, "Dude, you got to lose the pants." Because we realized. So he took the pants off, made him take it off, and threw it in the back of the guy's trunk. So we get back into the car, and the two guys in the back are like freaking out because he's got a dirty ass. We're driving him home, and literally we drop him off, and we take off. He's freaking out because his pants had his keys in the trunk, and he was outside, stuck with no pants on, just his shirt. So he goes around to his back, and he breaks into his own house, and it's over the kitchen sink. So he comes in, he slides in, and he hits his head on the kitchen sink. His dad hears it. And his dad comes down and wakes up, turns on the light, and sees his son with a bloody head and a dirty ass on the kitchen floor.
And that,
There
ladies
ain't
and
no
gentlemen, is how Home Alone 4 was created.
There ain't no amount of Arm & Hammer baking soda that's going to take that away.
His whole car had smeared ink all over it. And in the back, when he opened the trunk, it was like a dead body, literally. He literally made him pay like $500 to get that thing cleaned out because it was white. It was a white interior.
Oh my God. It's not right. It's not fair. You know, but these things happen.
You have to burn the car at this point now. It's beyond.
Oh my God. It was something else. I'll tell you, I had to be there.
See, ladies, oh no, I don't want to be there. Ladies and gentlemen, you never know what you're going to. Oh my, we have gone through the gamut of topics today. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
This is crazy shit.
Like that one time we used to do these things called crunchy fights. You ever hear of crunchy fights?
What?
Yes.
Crunchy fights were in the 80s where you would take a cigarette, you'd smoke it like this, you go until you made the head of the cigarette get really big, and then you go up to somebody on a team, because there would be teams of people, these crunchy fights, and unsuspectingly like go and blow the embers on them, and then you go crunchy, and literally they move going back and forth.
My weed dealer.
So again, the same friend that was driving one time in his car. Now I'm in the back seat with my other friend, and the one that was in the passenger side, he had got my friend on the one next to me really good in the face one time. He had it looked like freckles on his face. So what he did, he goes, "I'm going to get him good." He would burn a cigarette, and then he pulled the cigarette off, and the guy had an afro, so he laid it on top of his head in the movie car, and the guy goes, "You guys smell something burning?" Because it took a minute, like a fuse, to get down to his skull. All of a sudden, he starts patting his head. He starts feeling his hair was on fire. He just sticks his head out the window.
Oh.
No, we lost her.
I didn't do anything.
I know you didn't. I know she said that her weed dealer was there.
I think she was kidding, but whatever. At least I hope she is. I don't know. I never know with her.
Put on David's comment. I like David's comment.
Yes, it says here. Yes, that was a lovely story, Mello. You could just stand up again, please, just to walk that image from my mind.
I'm like, should I?
You know what would be better? Do some jumping jacks for us.
Oh my God. Boy, that's an 80s flashback right there.
Oh, Jen, you'd make history if you did that.
Yeah, you shut down too.
That's
karaoke.
All tasty. There's karaoke.
That's very bubbly when she does her karaoke.
I wouldn't be risking this if not for that.
Honestly, Jen, you were very bubbly.
I put them on just before I came up here. They weren't on before.
Some people do risk it for the biscuit.
And when you're doing your karaoke, you're very bubbly, especially after the 6-hour mark. You're like,
because I get to the stupid point. I mean that.
That's right.
There she goes. So she's going to have competing pause moments.
Oh God. So just to kind of forget before I forget.
Show. This has been a great show, Paul.
Oh, very much. So so the story I was going to tell you, Jen, of course, from the Henson book yesterday, was that so he gets done. This is after the Muppet movie gets put out. Because he was over, of course, in the UK a lot, but he'd jet back between London, New York.
Yeah.
And at one of the posh parties that he was invited to, who happens to show up drunk and slathers pretty much all over Mr. Henson? With Liza Minnelli. Yes. And you know what I'm going to tell you? She was so slathered. I think she would have wanted Mr. Henson more than his Muppet.
everybody all of the time when she was slathered. Let's be real, she's fucked everyone. She's my hero.
Wow. Hey, God bless.
I was gonna pop by. You're disappearing? Literally, I was like going to show up in like 10, 15 minutes. Leaving with evil. With evil. Anyways.
I mean, I have literally said it before. Most people ask, what would Jesus do? I go, what would Liza do?
WWLD. And then the other thing, though, that I discovered was about Labyrinth.
Liza ain't saving your soul, though.
No. No, she'd probably get me thrown straight to hell.
So when Labyrinth,
she still has a chance.
Yeah, when Labyrinth was going to get made, the original choice from Jim was Sting.
I'm so glad it wasn't Sting.
And it was Henson's kids. Both of his sons said, no, you don't want Sting. Good. Sting is the flash of the pan in the moment. You want an artist. Get David Bowie. And
that movie was responsible for how many generations now of girls finding their sexuality the first time they watched that movie.
But
boy, did he look cool with that wig.
Brian and John Henson, Jim Henson's kids, for getting him steered to Bowie. And supposedly when Henson met Bowie was his class act like he always is.
Yep.
And Henson warmed to him very good. And he's like, yeah, you're it. And I'm like, hot diggity.
I'll tell you what, though, the reason why Jim Henson thought that, because he just saw Dune with Sting. And Sting did a good performance in Dune. So it was impressed enough that Jim Henson thought that he could fit that part,
But here's the thing. Okay, so I'm getting to the point now where the Labyrinth's getting made. All right, and Dark Crystal, he was glad that he made Dark Crystal. It took 3 years from the beginning to getting it finished for it to come out.
I love that movie.
Yes, and the thing is that he was behind it. He was all behind it. He always was behind his projects. There was very few things in his life that just didn't come out even close to his vision. Okay, and if they didn't
come out,
he'd kill it. Yeah. So the thing is, okay, good. Boop. All right. So the thing is that after Lou Gray got pushed out of his own company in 1983. Jim got nervous because the guys that took over that company weren't exactly behind Jim's vision. So he ended up, because they were trying to fuck with Dark Crystal already. And Henson's like, all right. And he calls Bernie Brillstein, his agent, and he goes, find out how much it's going to cost me to free this from them. And the money was, I think, 40 mil. And he's like, do it. Pull the string. He goes, and I want it done. So Dark Crystal was his property. He could do what he want with it. And that's how he was able to cut the deals. Well, by 1985, 86, the people that owned Lou Grade's company, what was it? AVC, whatever the hell it was, IVC, the network. They still had the Muppet Show. They were making shit tons of money and merchandise and stuff. And Jim was like, I don't want them to have this anymore. How much is it going to take? It took almost 2 years. So by 86, he got the price locked down. And Bernie was like sweating it a little bit. He goes, what have I said since day one, Bernie? Don't sell my stuff. And Bernie was like, that's right, I did tell you that. He goes, I'll take care of it. And that's how, from 86 on, Jim Henson owned the Muppet Show. He owned all of it. And that's how he was smart to keep his creation.
A few more years after that. It's just unfortunate timing.
Right. He dies, and lo and behold, Disney buys the damn thing. I'm like, so much for that.
Mm-hmm. In that book, I mean, since it's mentioning people that have been on the show, did it mention anything about when Dudley was on it?
Barely actually. They what was it they said that he was a little bit snookered when he did get on there, but
Snooker.
he
That's
did his
a
job and
genre, so
did
he was actually probably high.
yeah. I
Because
mean,
he really didn't drink because he was so small. He couldn't tolerate it. He could fake it well, but he actually really did not drink.
right.
But
Yeah,
he
I wonder if he
loved
was
his
pulling a
weed.
Dean Martin. You know, how
Yeah.
Dean Martin had the apple juice thing. I wonder
Yep.
if that's what he did. But here's the thing, right? So the Muppet Show did so well that you had your 5 seasons, 120 episodes, right?
Yeah.
They wanted him to keep doing more, but Henson was the one that put the brakes. He's like, you know what? I think this is the time to finish this. And that's how. So 5 years, 120 episodes, and you got what you got. I need to end up getting that complete series. I would love to just, I'll probably only ever watch them once, but I really
But
would
I mean,
like
at
to
least
just.
by owning the series, you'll get them uncut because on Disney Plus, they've cut out a lot of the musical scenes. Not all,
Yeah, they
but a
do.
lot of them.
I know he'd like them. I know dang well he would probably like
Yeah.
watching the Muppet Show. I just need to find it. And especially, I love Alice Cooper episodes. Probably one of my
Yes.
favorites.
That was one of the first ones I ever bought on its own DVDs.
Yeah. So, I guess he just Mr. Mello oh, there he is.
No, and I
And
apologize for the walking around.
I was just coughing.
you're not really. Are you really scramming out of here in a few minutes?
Yeah, it's Saturday night.
Oh,
No, not. Yeah, but I'm only going just down the street. Wink, wink.
So,
okay. Well, just like message me when you're back home though, because I'll pop over for a short visit.
Okay, that sounds
Yeah.
cool. Y'all want to see
Think
my
so,
old
too.
pickup truck? Here, look at my
Still
old
got
pickup.
it. Still, there's the old pickup.
Nice.
Went on my
What has-
first date. First date in that I had to go pick him up, but we finally got it rewired, so everything works. Anyway,
See, and that's the thing with Henson movies. There's a lot of memories that have been attached since Sesame Street, really. I mean, you can go back. I was an original Sesame Street kid. I was 2. My mom told me, I mean, PBS was really big in Chicago. So it was like we got all the stuff. And I remember that's how I learned to count. That's how that's how I learned to be able to know a little bit of Spanish.
weren't you on Captain Kangaroo too?
No, I am not the illegitimate son of Mr. Green Jeans.
I met Bob.
Okay, but we were
I would've
both on
liked
the
to have met
Bozo
Bob
show.
Keeshan. Yes,
I
the
met him.
Bozo show.
When I was like 5 years old, my mom brought me to a firehouse thing he was making an appearance at.
Oh, wow.
It was awesome. I got a picture of me and him when I was 5 years old in his Captain Kangaroo outfit too.
That's pretty cool. Seriously. I mean, to go from
Mr.
Howdy
Green
Doody
Jeans.
to it's Clarabelle to being Captain Kangaroo. I mean, his life was all kids, Stevie.
Mello,
Yeah.
do you own a Flying V?
No, I have a Dimebag Darrell.
Oh, okay.
I have had Flying Vs before. One of my best
A
friends
B-
has a
BC Rich
Yes, a BC Rich.
with the Warlock head, basically.
No, actually, mine's a Dean. A Dean, Dimebag Darrell Dean, first issue.
I used to have an acoustic Dean Flying V, which are kind of weird and hard to find.
They're awkward to play. That's really the main
They
reason.
are.
You have to sit like this with it, with it.
Oh,
between
that's
your-
beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
That's a beautiful finish. I've been doing some woodworking.
Tiger stripe. That's what they call it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. My ex-neighbor at this apartment complex is George Jones's nephew.
Wow.
He don't got to lie. He ain't got to lie to kick it. He really
yeah,
was.
that's right. You showed me one of the pics.
Yeah, and the guy from Jimmy Lee Vaughn. Yeah, Jimmy Lee Vaughn gave him this guitar called an Asset that was Fender's last guitar before the other company. I'm not sure who took it over. And my neighbor asked me to go up underneath his bed because he knew that I knew about guitars and stuff. When I put my hand under his bed and felt that, ooh, I'll stop there. No, that guitar case, I knew there was something important in it. And when I drug it out, he's telling me, now be careful, be careful. It hasn't been used in 22 years. And it was a Fender asset. Yeah, Fender took it over. And it was just, I could feel, the Jimmy Lee Vaughan and everything coming through it. They used the guitar in Tough Enough in the video.
Oh, wow.
But not in the studio recording. But me and his son, he said he felt just as close to me as he did his son. So his son and I fought over who was going to get to keep that guitar. Ibanez. Yeah.
David's flexing his muscle right there.
Yep. He does have some muscle.
I was going to say something. I'll bite my tongue.
I got some chicken. I got chicken wings. If anybody wants them, some chicken wings.
I love chicken wings.
Ain't no thing like a chicken wing.
I like chicken wings when you have them with chili lime sauce, sweet chili sauce with lime on it. It's the best.
I like them dusted in PCP.
Oh my God.
Shade. In an octopus is God with you. In an octopus is God with you.
Yeah.
That's right. And on that note, we have hit over the 3-hour mark. I love you people.
You only said 2 you were going to do too.
I know. I fibbed. I unintentionally fibbed. And you know what? It's only 6:42 p.m., guys. So you guys have got the rest of the nightlife for you.
You might catch me on a live stream, so be on my
Yes. So go check that out. Maybe if he doesn't get to go to the Jersey Shore,
we'll go by the Jersey Shore house too this time.
Exactly. And then everybody, yes, Chili Mo, and everybody. I want everybody to take care and God bless. Rock on. Wednesday, we'll be back at it. Unless I've got a bug up my butt, we could do another Tuesday nighter, but we'll see. I'm not going to hold my promise to that.
Well, you know who to talk to if you've got a bug up your butt. I will extract it.
Oh, my. So,
I ain't scared.
For the people out here, I'm still waiting for an answer from a certain individual. I did talk to them. I communicated this morning.
The drummer?
On a time frame, and if it but if it turns out that it's happening, then I will come on Tuesday night for a shorty to let you people know when on Wednesday. I don't want to say yet because I don't want to jinx it, but I think you people will have some fun with this. So until
if I get back on there later, I'm going to blab it.
No, you will not, because I'm asking you nicely not to.
I won't.
I know you won't. Besides, I'll keep
yep.
Makes
my dick hard just knowing.
Oh, if I see my friend from boot camp tonight, I'll ask him about doing an interview as well.
Yes, I also have some feelers out. I sent it out today, actually, from a gentleman that was in a 70s band from my neck of the woods, and he only did major label. He did one in the 70s, one in the early 80s. We're trying to get him. He's a guitar player. That's all I'm going to say about that for the moment. And so everybody take care. God bless. Rock on. I want to thank everybody that was here, of course, up here and out there. Thank you very much for the liking and the subscribing and the donos. Before I do leave, I do have to mention one little story. I lied. Here comes a little bit more. So I was out and about today to go pick up some future stuff that I held back for whatever episode we are going to do. The Overnite Angels was one of them here for me and Hunter. And I'm flipping through the new stuff. This is here in Rogers on the outside of town. And there's a guy that's flipping on the other side over there. I never met this guy before, so I'm flipping through. And I asked him simply, I said, so how long you been collecting? 15 years. That's pretty damn awesome. He goes, but all my life I've had cassette CDs, hell, I even had some 8-tracks, but I flipped some vinyl. And I'm like, excellent. I said, he goes, how long have you been? I said, about 40, 45 years. I said, this is my third collection that I've got right now. And so I went off and I just simply mentioned, hey, you know what? I've had this channel on YouTube for 13 and a half years. I've been doing live stream for about the last 3. And he looks to me and he goes like this. He goes, are you a member of the VC? I busted laughing. And I said, yes. I go, how do you know about the? He goes, hold on a minute. You kind of look familiar. And I'm going, and I said, hi, my name is Paul. I'm Psycho from Psycho Squires. He goes, I knew it. He goes, I knew it. And I'm going, and I almost turned beet red because I'm like,
that's so funny.
Oh, yeah. Only out of the 3 years, he is maybe the 3rd person that I've bumped into. The last time, the dude wanted my autograph. I'm like, what the hell for? I said, I won't even get you a plum nickel or a cup of coffee in any restaurant. But I'm
Just
like,
a memento. It's a moment.
It cracked me up.
Huh? Are you talking about the rock god that I know who recognized you at your work?
Oh, I forgot about him, but no. So his name is Chris. I'm mentioning him here. He does not have a YouTube channel right now. Chris and his wife, who I unfortunately, damn it, my name is so bad. I'm surprised I remember Chris. But if you're ever in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, ladies and gentlemen, he has a record store right on the main drag. I'm planning on going to torture him very soon. I said so. But so he says he's going to kindly sub to me. So Chris from Eureka Springs, that's the story for today. And you never know who the hell you're going to meet out in public, especially when you're somebody that's up on screen. Take care, guys. God bless Rock On. Always proud by coffee each and every time. Like I said, we'll find out. Yes, we're shooting for interview Wednesday.
Suede. Look up Ultra Suede.
Ultra Suede. Great little band Ultra Suede is.
And 16mm on my eBay. You check it out.
16mm Kingdom. Beetle Babe with her karaoke channel or soon to be OnlyFans channel. She'll keep you posted on that and shenanigans.
And don't go back and pause in the moments. Don't do it.
Yes.
Feel like my name should be.
It's the Streisand.